Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We are live and back at it again on a terrific Tuesday. We are the Wrestling for Life Network, and I hope everyone out there is doing well. You're happy, healthy, and safe, enjoying the holiday week as we head towards big old St. Nick. Not that guy, but, the other one. And we got more wrestling action for you tonight as NXT is on tap, so we're going to dive into all of it. Plus, lots of rumors, lots of stories around signings, who could be signing, who did sign, who's extended. We're going to get into all of it, folks. It's going to be a fun one here on the channel. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. Join us all night long. It's going to be a fun one. Strap in, strap on, grab your snacks, grab your milk and cookies. Let's go! Ding, ding, ding. We are live and back at it again, folks. Like I said, we are the Wrestling for Life Network, and it's going to be another fun night here covering WWE NXT. Lots on the docket, lots to get into and talk about. Reminder to everybody out there, this is a spoiler-free zone, so if you know stuff you shouldn't know, shut up. But beyond that, folks, I will remind everyone out there, I am Mr. Every Night KJ White, the Iron Man of YouTube, and that is Big Nick.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings to you its YouTube tag stream champions of the world, the Every Night Delight KJ White. I am Big Nick, and I'm not touching any buttons tonight.
Yeah, you keep your fingers off the button.
Slippery fingers, when you're eating milk and cookies there.
This man, if you were in a higher power role, you'd be fucking blowing shit up.
Whoops.
His fingers on the trigger, folks.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, we got a lot to talk about. The show starts in about 13 minutes or so, I believe. Actually, 11. But, yeah, we're going to get into NXT tonight. Yes, it is a taped one. No, I do not know anything that happened. We've seen...
Do we want to... There's a very prominent thing that has kind of gone around. I know you said spoiler-free zone, but we all kind of know a thing because everybody on the internet kind of freaked out for a little bit about it.
Well, we'll talk about it
when we get there. We'll talk about that when that happens. We'll get there when we get there.
Absolutely. But yeah, lots of wrestling news going on as we get ready for NXT tonight. Of course, we're back tomorrow for the Holiday Bash and AEW Dynamite. Thursday, we're going to be here for a best of 2023 from Impact. And then Friday, we got the doubleheader heading into the Christmas weekend. So lots going on here at the channel. More surprises, more specials coming your way. Our award show is going to be on the 28th. So that stream will be popping up very soon. So, folks, like I said, strap in, strap on. Nick, a lot of people have re-signed or are signing. We have a correction from last night where we knew Dominic Mysterio had re-signed. People had reported Ray had also re-signed, but we were like, people are getting confused. But apparently, Ray has extended his contract. Charlotte Flair extended her contract. Interesting time.
Well, and allegedly Charlotte Flair has signed the biggest contract in women's WWE history.
As she should.
I wanted to just laugh at this real quick. Jason saying, most importantly, Big Nate, please don't hit end live stream. Thank you for being a member. And yes, I done goofed.
Yeah, in the future, from now on, we're going to do the streams in 4 parts. For
focus. But yeah, no, well, and a lot of people have re-signed with Impact. Brian Myers has re-signed, and Edwards has re-signed, Kushida signed. And now there's the alleged signing with Hard to Kill. So it's the season of giving. Everybody's snatching up these wrestlers out here. We've even got talks of MJF may have not re-signed with AEW like everybody kind of thought he did, just on the hush hush.
Yeah, and I saw some content creators go, well, MJF said it. So, but with MJF, for me, you never fucking know. I wish I could be like, oh, he said it, so yeah, we're good. But you and I said, for him, like Will Ospreay, we were very surprised that Will Ospreay signed early. And I think for MJF to sign early would be silly for him because he's going to maximize his dollars. However, I still feel if MJF is a free agent Jan 1, Tony Khan done made a mistake.
You done effed up, A-Roll.
I found a nice way to say it.
Yeah, but But that's what makes MJF great, is that you really don't know. This man could be giving you 100% truth or 100% bullshit. But either way, it sounds great.
Yeah.
I think it's very interesting that this all gets brought up around the same time of Cody mentioning about, but then again, that would be the MJF thing to do of, hey, Cody said this, people are talking about it. So I'm going to remind everybody, by the way, I haven't officially signed anything, with AW. So I, could still go to WWE come January 1st. I could still be the hottest free agent in 2024.
Yeah, and I mean, if he hits the open market, I'd imagine he'd have to be. He's been the center of AEW's universe for a long time now. He's kind of the only real needle mover in the company, as far as I can tell. Based on we see ratings.
The one that's not injured. The only one that's not injured.
Facts, fair enough. And I mean, that's not taken away from Daniel Bryan or Adam Copeland or Moxley, but they don't garner the attention that MJF has created for himself. And I think if the WWE gets their hands on him, this is a guy that could go to such great heights, such great levels. And you imagine him showing up and messing around with Cody or a Punk. Like, run that back. We got options here.
Oh, 100%. And that's the thing, is we were all initially like, oh my God, they're going to be the biggest build-up and payoff at WrestleMania 40, and had no idea what we're going past that. Now we can even, without even an MJF, with a CM Punk, with a Cody Rhodes still there, with a Jey Uso, with this, that, and the third still going, with an LA Knight, with a Randy Orton, with an AJ Styles. The future looks very much with a lot of depth, I'll say, when it comes to WWE in 2024 and beyond.
Yeah, I mean, and we've talked about that a lot here on the channel, of the depth that's been created. And again, the possibilities, like a Braun Strowman getting back in the mix. Where does he fall? What if they do bring back Bo Dallas and run that up the flagpole? I mean, we are getting those shows that from start to finish feel more entertaining. You're more, you used to just tune in for the Bloodline storyline. Now you're like, well, I got to see everything. I got to see it all. What's going to happen next? I mean, we got R-Truth winning matches, for Christ's sake.
And amazing. Everybody's behind R-Truth. Yeah. It feels like that Attitude Era, knock on wood. I guess someone give Vince Russo $5 because we said Attitude Era. But I think it very much fits that kind of vibe that we've talked about, to where everybody has a story throughout the entire card. You're having Ivy Nile is involved in an angle with Rhea Ripley right now. Like you said, we've got R-Truth, and one of the biggest things, the biggest talking points of Monday Night Raw was R-Truth in the Judgment Day.
Yeah. And again, like even online, the presence of, all the memes going around with R-Truth, in ride along with them. And,
right.
It's funny as hell, and it's making you tune in. And the last couple Raws, I mean, I know that 3 hours can be a drag of a marathon. The last couple weeks, Monday nights have moved really smooth. Like, oh shit, we're almost over. Well, shit, you thought it was over before it was.
Yeah. I thought it was premature. I just said 2 hours. Well, see, Adam knew where I was going there. Was shout out Adam of our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic.
That's it. Welcome, Adam. How are you doing? AJ says 8 hours.
That's because he was in here dropping that comment when he still had to wait 8 hours before we went live. So this man was that hyped for us. He was in line 8 hours beforehand. We got people camping out in the comment section now. Who gets that filled up, folks? So that's why we got the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships, everything like that.
Love it. Baby Man Gaming. I almost called him Baby Managing.
Baby Man
stickers, right?
Well, because he became recently a member as well. So shout out.
There you go. Using those member emojis. I like it.
You almost had a Woo Wings moment there.
I heard it.
Those memojis.
The Woo Wings.
That's what we need, a memoji of a wooing.
Yeah, I think it might be copyrighted, but we'll work on it. Join our Discord, folks. If you haven't done that yet, it's a great place to just kind of chat and interact. And some of our friends are doing great things there, keeping it full of content. So go check our Discord out. Looking forward to Tiffany versus Fallon. No, it's not Fallon, but Fallon. I can never say it right anyway.
The guy from Impact there, the Yokozuna Light.
Let's go. But yeah, no, Tiffany in action tonight, so I'm sure you're thrilled.
Yes, I said it even on my tweet, shouting out the show and everything. The stream tonight of the future of WWE Women's Professional Wrestling. Tiffany Stratton taking on Fallon Henley tonight.
Dun, dun, dun. I like it. I like it. Should be a good one. I'm looking forward to seeing which buttons Nick hits during the stream. See money.
Ah! I hit the auto button right there.
We're gonna tape his fingers to the desk.
I'm just Ricky Bobby. I'm not sure what to do with these.
What's up, Steve G? How you doing tonight? Welcome back. Welcome back. Who else we got in the house? Damien's here. Alexis is with us. Raw, 1.56 million people. Not bad. Really good number considering no Punk. I mean, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with 1.5.
It seems to stay around in that like 1.5, 1.4 range. Like SmackDown seems to always be in like that 2+ range. Mm-hmm. Raw seems to always be the 1.5, 1.4, 1.6 if on a good night. I think it's the third hour, honestly. Then see, as you saw last night, it's the third hour that at times it's just a little too much.
Yeah, the third hour, I mean, it really kills the average. There's definitely a obvious drop off going into that third hour, especially if there's nothing to really hold you. Some of the viewers seem like I like wrestling, but I got to go to bed.
But could it be the adverse of that as well, though, because they really put 2 hours of wrestling across 3 hours, and especially you go head to head with Monday Night Football at times, 2 Monday Night Football games.
Yeah,
you can pick and choose an hour of a show to miss, and know that you're probably not going to miss a whole lot.
Yeah, very true, very true. Wish CJ Perry a speedy recovery. Yeah, I saw pictures today that she's out of surgery, apparently doing much better. Miro brought her some pizza and snacks. So
that man had that table loaded. That shit looked like it was about to buckle.
I was like, man, I wish I was dating.
I was wondering just how much is that for him and how much of that is for her. Like she just got out of surgery. She's hot and flexible. She shouldn't be eating 4 double cheese pizzas.
Dude, I'm sure.
I mean, if you can do it and look like that, good on you.
Yeah, I've tried. It doesn't work.
Right.
What up, KJ? What's up, Chambers? Mr. Elimination Chambers. You're going to be pumped in February because we're going to the Chamber.
He's going to be like, they're doing shows about me.
Yeah. Rey Mysterio re-signed an extension as well. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's pretty much, like just what's the word? Like almost like a Legends contract. Yeah, like it was kind of like.
Do we want to talk about Legends contracts? As I'll whip through some people down here of Keyshawn, Trey, Bobby, Eric, Brother Fluff, Sophie, Bobby again, Rashad, Jake, everybody. What up? But yeah, it's such a heartwarming story, especially around this time of year to hear that the Wyndham Rotunda is signed under a Legends contract with WWE, and so everything from that contract goes straight to his family and his children.
Which as it should. But just real quick, my friend, I got then now.
I have good old Richard. Pause.
What's up, Richard? But let me know.
I don't know why that got me. I think it's because we have so many guys named Richard in the chat.
Yeah. What's up, Paul? How you doing? Well,
I got now.
Now?
All
right, boys and girls. We are forever. We are forever. We are tuned up. We are in sync. We are ready for NXT tonight. So make sure you get in that chat. Let us know what's on your wrestling mind. Say hello. Be a part of the fun. Should be a good one. I know some people talked about it being taped.
Yeah. You can have that. Paul, what up? I just thought of this, though, when Steven's saying it's NXT time. Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Come on, y'all. It's wrestling time. Yes, we are still watching NXT.
Oh, we're opening.
Speak of the Richard and he shall appear as we're kicking off
the Epiphany.
Tiffany Epiphany. I feel like Jason Biggs there. I Tiffany'd my Epiphany too fast.
Mr. Two-time. On Kick and YouTube at the same time. Good job, Bobby.
There you go.
Good evening, Brandon. How are you? Time for the Epiphany.
I don't know why you read that like Canadian Count Dracula. Good evening.
Right.
She has star written all over, and that's not to discredit Fallon because Fallon's got a great push lately, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Fallon's got a lot of upside. I think she is part of that future. She will be, part of that class of NXT talent that we see right now that eventually will be on the main roster and carrying this company. Clearly, with the women's division in NXT, there's no stress. There's a lot of talent. Fallon, I think, is got a great look, great attitude, knows who she is. I mean, she wiped down the camera, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, she got
How did she
personality.
know we needed to wipe
go
down?
in the ring, and like you feel the tension and everything in this feud. It's not just like,
Is that what you're feeling?
I'm feeling some rubbing and some tugging on some things, but that's neither here nor
Rubbing
there. I was gonna say, if you had to do an NXT Women's 4 Horsewomen right now, would it not be Fallon Henley, Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez, and Cora Jade? I know Cora Jade's a risky one, but
yeah, it's pretty accurate though. I mean, especially how they feel about Cora. I'm just trying to think who I could slot in there instead of Cora, but you might have it pretty well.
if somebody wants to throw up suggestions, I'm all here for it. But we are ding-dinging here, so let us know who you're taking, folks, whether you're taking Tiffany Stratton, whether you're siding with me, or whether you're taking Fallon Henley. I'm assuming siding with you. I think you kind of...
I'll go Henley just for shits and giggles, though. I don't think she's going to win. Stratton throws her into the apron.
Ooh. I realistically, though, could see Fallon winning because I could see Tiffany on the main roster here sooner rather than later. Like, she arguably could be in the Women's Royal Rumble.
Yeah, I would expect to see a couple. I imagine, like, if I was to put bets on right now, Tiffany's a good shot. I think Roxy's a good one.
Oh,
I love it so much. Wow.
Fallon just gets dumped on the outside by Tiffany.
Fallon might need some time off after falling.
I saw what you tried to do there, and it kind of worked, but it kind of didn't, and I love every second of it.
Right. Tiff for the W.
For the woo and the woo-wings.
The woo-wins. Fallon needs a win over TD.
TD? Tony Khan? TK? JD?
What's up, Kyle? How you doing here tonight? Impact has been hunting.
Hinting. How did you get hunting?
Yeah, Rascally Rabbit. They signed hunting. I didn't like them apples.
Exactly.
But yeah, Impact apparently has some money to spend. They threw the hip thrust.
The kind of slingshot there as Fallon was hung up on the mid rope there for a two count.
Damn. Yeah, I mean, they threw 6 figures at Osprey. It didn't work because he probably got 7 figures from Tony.
I have 10 figures. Actually, I have 5 fingers or 10 fingers and 10 toes.
You keep those fingers to yourself.
Right. Pause.
But, yeah, I mean, very interesting as far as they're, Scott D'Amore and the management at TNA/Impact definitely seem like they're trying to make some moves, which is good.
They're arguably number 2 for wrestling promotions in the U.S. I stand on that statement.
Crazy.
Right. Well, we can get into. Well, I think we talked about it on Raw, but we can get back into it if we want of who we think it could be on a commercial here. I've got Fallon right now. About to take a ride on a power bomb. Turns into a hurricane run. Why do I feel like we've seen that spot quite a bit lately? Like maybe just across wrestling.
Like the walkout almost power, like the power bomb.
Stop the punches on the corner into the power bomb, or even just the walkout into the power bomb into a hurricane rana.
Tiffany with a disgusting spine buster. Atta girl. I like that.
I was gonna say Arn might be proud of that one.
Yeah, it was a nice one. The King of Powers. The Wild West is coming back. The Wild West.
Who's West? Jim West, Desperado, Rough Rider. No, we don't want none of this. 6 gunning this, brother running.
It's Tiffany Tuesday.
You Artemis or me Artemis? As long as there's no gigantic spider.
I backslid into a double. So this is going to continue. I like that.
Yeah, as Tiffany jumps there.
New Year's Evil, buddy.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. And it's going to be like a cage match. There's going to be some stipulation.
Yeah, because they're fighting outside the ring. Now they're on the table.
Booker T just walking off all casual, like he's been here before.
Yeah.
Rick's like, come on, ref. Booker's just like, let me get all my shit before you break my table.
Yeah, Todd's like, oh man, I'm gonna lose my candies already.
I mean, Vic.
Yeah,
Todd's Impact.
Yeah, thank you. But dragging her by the hair to the back. Apparently, the Judgment Day are in the house. Purple lights everywhere.
Spooky lighting. So she's literally got a mop. She's gonna mop her up.
Oh, come on.
Even a nasty ass mop water.
Well,
yeah, we're gonna get 100%. We're dumping the trash.
Yeah, we're gonna get a false count anywhere, street fight.
Who has mop water fucking just hanging out back there though, like this? Like, what? Fallon just is like muddy as shit right now with this.
Yeah, I'd be really upset if anyone's ever been near dirty mop water.
I'm just more saying what's the
sanitation who's getting fired
in there at Full Sail here if that's just kicking around backstage.
As we transition to Mello and Trick.
Right. Whoop that Trick. I like
that's
this
funny.
Yeah.
CX, of course.
I had that soundtrack and kind of bumped that shit realistically.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of that song.
Good old 90s Will Smith before he was slapping the taste out of people's mouth.
Well, now, so I'll beg the question. Who did Southern hip hop on wrestling first? Was it NXT with using Hustle and Flow, Whoop That Trick? Or was it Tony Khan with bringing out, still tipping on fofos, wrapped in fofo?
I'm going to give the nod to Trick first. I think he's been doing it for a hot minute. But it's definitely a nice vibe.
100%.
What is he want to do?
Wait, what?
Oh, Trick and Mello versus Ilya is what Carmelo's suggesting.
Well, he's trying to get himself into the match. So we'll team up, and then we'll just. There's no way he could win.
Interesting. Tiffany losing too much. Nah, guy. No. How much has she lost? A couple times here and there. She all right. She
is on a little bit of a losing streak. But again, I do want to shout out Trick for just borrowing the same wardrobe of Scott Hall when he showed up in WCW constantly.
Right.
This man literally looks like he's about to just pop up there and go, hey, yo.
Fallon won. Yes, she did. That was fast. Yeah, so you get a sneaky babyface win. The heel's pissed off, embarrasses the babyface. Now we got a reason for a grudge match. I'm all for it.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen the dirt sheet rumor that little goth CM Punk girl leaving NXT, she go team with her twin in AEW.
Who?
Is that with Tatum Paxley?
No. I haven't heard anybody rumored to be leaving NXT.
Yeah, that's for you.
Carmelo's getting 100% manipulating here. So I missed part of the promo, but he obviously convinced Trick of something here because Trick walks off saying Trick Mello gang, and then you hard on Carmelo there, pause, as he puts on the glasses. Yeah.
Yo, Nick and KJ, you remember, Honey, Shirk, the kids, Rick Morales. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids is what I'm getting out of that. Rick Morales can play a young Tony Khan in a movie. Oh my God, the comment! I've never had the visual. Now I can't unsee it.
Tony Khan it's reversed.
Do you imagine Tony Khan with the magnifying glass?
Tony Khan would have to play Rick Moranis at this point.
Yeah, that is hilarious, Adam.
Someone make that visual and send it to us, Stat.
That might be, that's fucking hilarious.
You heard it here first, folks. Rick Moranis and Tony Khan, never seen them in the same building at the same time. They might be the same person.
I like it. I am currently on my second drink. Cheers.
Chin. Well, where was it? Oh, C Money. Well, I'm a badass cowboy living in the cowboy world. Me and Artemis Cloudfrog gonna save some high yak from the big mouse spider.
Me and Artemis from the start of this.
Oh, I was quoting the South Park song, and you just went straight in the actual song.
Yeah, we're stuck on it.
Yeah, at this point, we just could become the Wild Wild West episode. You wascally wabbits at the West Wind full life.
Right. KJ Nick, you see, yes, I saw this. I don't know if you saw it, but
I saw this.
Yeah,
everybody saw this.
You saw this.
Have you seen this? Have you heard about this?
This is but this is kind of what we talked about with Tony Khan of like, stop engaging. Like, you don't see Triple H out there.
Is he wrong?
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. It's just small potatoes. If he's such a joke and such a parasite, fuck him.
Yeah, but I almost want to side with Tony on this. Well, a little bit of like, fight back, fuck Disco, fight back, fight back,
get him,
right, get him. I'm Method Man when Red Man's just tearing up the professor and how high, get him,
get him. No, I mean, yeah. Listen, Disco, I think, is in that vein of people that don't have a ton of traction and say a lot of outlandish shit to get some. Because I can't imagine
he believes traction, but their mouth does a lot of action.
There you go.
Well, I didn't say which action. Could be some call him A, call him B.
Take it as you will, folks.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, again, was Tony wrong? No. But I think this is another example. Like, I can't imagine, Triple H out there being like, fuck you, Disco Inferno. Like, he doesn't care what Disco Inferno thinks. He's in a mansion, living the dream.
Well, it's a lot easier, though, to ignore, critics when you're sitting in Titan Tower versus when you're at the Jacksonville Stadium, when you're at Daly's place.
Right. He's like, what did he say? So I don't know. I mean, part of me understands, but I think Tony's got himself done more harm than good with social media. And
to go at Disco or any sort of pundit personality, anything like that, I think is a bit better than when he's going against, I Heart John Cena 6754329 that has no profile picture or anything like that, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, then you just look like a fool.
Mm-hmm. That's valid. And we've seen like Jericho and Tony and a few others, pick a fight with the person with 12, followers on X. And it makes no sense. I get that differential of, well, okay, Disco Inferno wants to have an opinion. Well, I'm going to shit on his opinion. We've seen issues with Stevie Richards, friend of the show. Shout out Stevie.
Right.
So it's interesting. But pick your bottles, Tony. Pick your bottles.
Fair enough.
Oh, look, it's Mello. It's the traitor Mello. Yes.
Right.
If he gets this into a triple threat, we're going to find out for sure.
Well, fact checkers, I know we were talking over that promo. What did Trick actually agree to there? Or at least, like, what was the ending note of that promo? Because they seem to very much walk off in agreement here, as I've got Ilya coming out right now.
Ilya. Can't wait for this guy to make that jump as well. Do you expect a lot of main roster call-ups after the Rumble? There's always an influx. Like, the Rumble seems to be a good time for it. Do you think they're going to be a little cautious, though?
I think we won't see a lot of big main roster call-ups until after Mania. I think after Mania is the true 100% we are officially in the DX runs the place era.
Yeah, and I think there's a couple things at play here. Keep in mind, NXT, they really are trying to develop NXT as that third brand, so they can't strip it bare. They got to keep the talent.
They sold its media rights independently, so yeah.
But there's a lot of talent there, and there are some people, I believe we're going to see a good handful in the Rumble. Will they stay permanently on the main roster? We don't know yet, but Braun Breaker, Roxy, we talked about Tiffany. There's going to be faces in the Rumble.
You'll have more women from NXT in the Rumble than you will men. I think you might have maybe 2, maybe 3 if you want to push it. I would say, but yeah, absolutely. They've very much made this its own show, and I still stand by the statement that I said for a while. This is the best weekly show. It's not without its faults, its blemishes or anything like that, but it is the best week in and week out consistent product in pro wrestling.
Yeah, I like the consistent side of it, right? Like I said, there are things on the show where I just kind of roll my eyes and we get through it. But
Right.
for what you get as far as in ring and the ability that they have and the show they're putting on, I mean, they never have like. When was the last time we were like NXT was completely garbage tonight? It's been a long time.
It's been since they were Rainbow. As here comes Ridge coming out. This is
okay.
We're gonna talk about this here, I guess. Shout out homie there that I thought had a mask on his face, but no, he just straight up painted his face to go to NXT with his championship on his shoulder here in the crowd. But so Ridge out here saying he needs to figure out where he's going.
Was he born? Who am I? Where am I?
He's welcome back, Ridge. But what do you want here?
He is such a fucking Ilya should be like if they remake Die Hard, he's the bad guy.
They just need to do another Marine movie and make Ilya the bad guy.
Yeah. I expect you to die, Ridge.
Oh, right. Him and Gunther. They can be. That's the series. They're both. Yeah. That's the thing. All the heels right now in WWE are all Bond villains.
Yeah, it's fucking hilarious. But he's just so funny. What are you doing here?
Right. Yeah. Do it. Listen to me. So Ridge is looking to redeem himself. Yes. You're the one that just randomly chose to like turn on Butch there, Pete Dunne, and just walk off from the Brawling Brutes. Like, no one told you to do this. No one made you do this. You fucking chose to. So what are you so emotional about?
He's lost himself.
Yeah, but he chose to lose himself.
Gonna lose yourself.
You gotta. His knees are weak. I don't see any mom spaghetti though.
Not yet. Are you asking for a title shot?
So Ridge is back at NXT. So the Brawling Brute storyline got dropped out of nowhere. No, I don't know what to
hang tight. Yeah, hang tight on that.
I thought Ridge was feuding with Butch. So did I, and so did everyone.
He wasn't really feuding with Butch. He was just kind of sick of his shit. So we haven't really figured that out yet. Hold on, we got more to
go. Boston, what up? Keyshawn, I don't know what you're talking about, but respect.
Black Snow is GOAT.
Yeah. Who that?
The Full Sail crowd is not really feeling what Ridge is bringing to the table right now. And I am a little...
You could literally hear crickets right now.
Mm-hmm. I'm a little confused how this ties into everything that's happening with Trick and Carmelo.
Yeah, because that's what that was all talking about, is the world title picture here and everything, in which A-Town, I see your comment. We're not going to click on it until we get to that match or anything like that, because spoiler free, but yeah, we all kind of know what they show, but we'll get there.
Could Ridge be Drew's sidekick? Well, Drew's got to decide what the fuck Drew's doing with his life first.
That's not a bad shout, though. That's not a bad shout.
I think a heel faction would work. I really could.
It's a heel duo. They don't need a heel faction.
Duo, that's fine. But we're getting the match, so we'll find out. And I know some of us have seen the picture of what may take place, but we'll wait and see.
We'll see if they show it.
Yeah, we'll see how much they show. Yeah. Right. I used to watch Impact. Well, watch Impact again. It's good. 2024 shaping up for TNA.
Speaking of shape-ups, I got Lexis King on my screen right now. And boy, howdy, that beard looks like it's literally, if you scroll through like a creator wrestler thing, yeah, there's no one on this earth that gets that shit that straight.
100%. It looks like, computer generated.
Airbrush. Just there's a stylist something.
I missed the stream yesterday. Who do you guys think the big signing for TNA is? We debated this. Could it be Sasha? Could it be...
Well, no, I think we agreed on this. I was almost going to say, do we want to say it on 3? 1, 2, 3, Zigglypuff.
Ziggler, yeah.
To me, it could be Sasha. Respect to Anthony out there. I know he's, our Impact homie and everything like that. The only way it is Sasha is if she was never, ever, to quote Chris Jericho, going back to WWE. Because then you get her eternity and everything, and they can have a great time together.
But does that mean that she would never go back to WWE because she went makes a pit stop?
You're telling me that WWE couldn't offer anything and everything right now to Mercedes Moné? They could offer her all of the Moné, all of the TV deals, everything like that. And especially when they're fucking white hot, there is not a better time if someone's gonna dump a fucking U-Haul truck of money to your fucking front door to sit there and say, where do I sign?
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about this before, and I mean, there are rumors out there that perhaps our friend Sasha is asking too much, expecting too much, wanting too much. But at the end of the day, again, with the WWE, anything's possible. I'm on the record of saying that Sasha Banks will be at the Rumble, and she is slated for some type of angle with Bayley getting jumped by Judgment Day. Ziggler seems like the front runner. Now, a lot of talk about some type of working relationship between Impact, TNA, and the WWE. Could it be some type of some type of presence of WWE talent who's not signed to TNA, but on loan?
Glorious. No, I won't give in. I won't give in.
Do it.
There's a lot of people that have even said with the MJF thing now that because there was the bottle attack and everything, that it's James Storm and that Bobby Roode quietly left WWE.
Oh, fuck off.
But still, if you're going to have somebody that quietly left WWE or has been an agent, and you can go ahead and go down there for a little bit, glorious. No, I will give in. That would be the biggest fucking deal.
Hope he keeps that entrance, man. I keep saying it, whether he stays an agent or not. Like, even if it's a Rumble, we deserve as fans. I'm being greedy on this one, folks. We deserve that
always had a soft spot once more. Yeah. What?
Yeah,
I said you've always had a soft spot.
Yeah, man. I used to drive around listening to that song. Like, ridiculous.
Oh, wait. Does that make us Gargano and Ciampa? We just constantly just going around trolling of just glorious.
Yeah, man. It was like pull up to a light, just killing it.
Glorious. Right? But that would be an interesting shout. Now, would it be, because they didn't say, would it be the biggest signing of the company or one of the biggest signings when he was already one of the biggest people in the company?
Yeah, I think it would be a big deal. It'd be like a returning home.
Well, no, you'd use the term re-sign instead of signing.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe you would reword it, right? So, yeah, could it be? I think it's going to be like a Ziggler. It'd be surprising if it was. I mean, it'd be hilarious. Maybe it's Elias. I don't know. Elias and Joe Henry joining forces to make music. I have no idea. But to Scott D'Amore's credit, he's created a lot of buzz, a lot of questions when it comes to Impact and what this 2024 is going to look like, changing back to TNA. There is actual, and you keep saying it, like, is it the second best promotion in North America?
You could make a case, and that's all you need. If you're TNA, if you're the Harry Potter of pro wrestling, the company who lived, if you can at least say, I'm in the conversation for number 2, then 100%.
Yeah, so we're
getting the breakout tournament. The man that, sent all the hoochies hollering here with his going from his, Superman to his Clark Kent, or actually reverse Clark Kent to Superman.
Right. So funny.
I cannot wait for Christmas. The disconcerting, I think he meant disconnecting, but the disconcerting beard guy is back.
Right. The beard is aggressive, but this shall be an interesting match. Another match in the Breakouts tournament. The tournament is for Lexis King to win. If it kind of feels that way now.
Yeah.
Especially if he beats Lennox.
Well, and the fact that he's even in it, respectfully.
Yeah.
Like, my guy, all you did was like hit somebody in the back, and that's all you had to do to get in there.
Yeah, that Bear Hill guy who had the dream of winning the tournament, his dream wasn't that strong. like I'm out.
You have a weak will. You have no marbles.
Yeah, like that's all it took was one chair shot. He's like, I'm not doing this.
He's just like, fuck this shit, I'm out.
Yeah, not the best of ways to tap out of the tournament, but
does Lexis King somehow surprisingly lose this match?
Surprisingly lose it? I can't imagine, dude.
Well, outside of this guy's got a job, and that's I feel, and that's going to be problematic. Because, like, how do you push Lexis King? I mean, you could have him both kind of go, have a good match, but you're still establishing Lexis King, so you think you kind of have to have him look like a fucking world beater.
Yeah, I think King's got to win this. Again, he's going to heal it up. And Lennox, we've seen it in the past with other breakout tournaments that sometimes the people that don't make the finals end up being the best of the breakout tournament moving forward. So, I mean, does this, does losing this tournament match mean the end for Lennox? I don't think so. Why did they have to book Lennox versus Lexis? Like, come on now.
Because it sounds like a car dealership. But you run into the case of being the next Odyssey Jones of almost a little bit when it comes to WWE of coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Right. Damien saying King for the win. What's up, Kevin? How you doing? Dude's out of breath. Just walk into the ring. It's an intense entrance.
Which one? I was going to say, Lexis comes out on a chair, so it can't be that guy.
Yeah, he's pretty good. He's
out there with West Philadelphia. This man is just hulking up 100%. He needs to be out there with Braun Breaker with the neck veins and everything like that here. I'm not gonna lie, every time I'm looking at this man, I keep thinking he's Jason Jordan. I got Lexis winning.
It's not Jason Jordan. It's he reminds me of the lawyer dude.
Saxton?
No, not Byron. Someone help me out here. Otunga. He reminds me like if
a little bit. He's like if Otunga. He's if Otunga and Jason Jordan had a cousin.
Yeah, he's like their little cousin. What is the possibility of Dana Brooke going to TNA? I think high. I think TNA could do well for Dana. I mean, listen, I know Dana's taken a lot of heat, and I know a lot of people have come to her aid. Oh, Lex is trying to leave with the contract. Like that's how you win the tournament.
And just walk off with it. This is mine now.
Vic, you got to earn it. Yeah, no shit.
Right. I think it's like a 98 to almost a 99% chance of like if Dana Brooke still wants to be a pro wrestler, Impact. And unless she's willing to just be on Rampage and Ring of Honor, she's going to Impact.
Yeah, I don't think AEW offers enough as far as we're going to help you find the next level. Impact will put her around professionals. And Dana Brooke's big thing is she doesn't connect with, oh, wow.
That was easy.
I guess he's got a new finisher.
I missed the finishing move, but like I said, it was kind of a squash to jobber match, which kind of needed to happen and still make him look fucking super legit.
Yeah, and Lennox will come back. He'll be all right.
Right. I like this. Will Smith themed episode, theme stream. Yes, 100%.
If there's one thing that's prevalent on this stream, on our streams, it is movie references and music sing-alongs.
Well, 100%. We are the wrestling fans that you can't get in your real life. 100%. We are the wrestling fans you need in your life.
Burnt.
What the? You burnt that? No.
I burnt
thumbs down that. Oh, I thought you were saying thumbs down on that. I'm like, my guy.
No, that's thumbs up.
So we're getting Riley Osborne versus Lexis King. And Oma Femi is taking on the winner of
Bear Hill.
Bear Hill. Bear Country. Mini Tatanka. Well, not so many Tatanka. Who looks more like Post Malone, this guy or fucking?
No, him. Him.
It's the braids that do it. It's the braids that do it.
He's a fucking face tat away from running away in circles, my guy.
And he paid with the Lambo knows with the laptop.
Yeah, right. But here's Eddie Thorpe following Bear Hill. So, I mean, I struggle with this a little bit.
I don't mind Eddie Thorpe.
I like Eddie.
With Bear
Hill and Eddie look like a before and after picture.
No, they look like costume versus in real life.
Damien, who are these sources? I got a source that says Triple H and Sasha Banks are meeting in a couple of days about WWE return. All right, I like it. I don't know who are your sources.
Right, not your sauces. Who are your sources?
Oh, the fuck. 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1-1, 1. That landing looked rough. So we're gonna run back Eddie and Dijak, which I mean last week they broke the ring and Eddie got the shit kicked out of him.
I'm here for it, but that fucking visual right there with like the no ropes and everybody getting hyping up Eddie Thorpe and everything like that. That's a great video. Use that in his gut. That make that his goddamn Titantron. What the fuck was that from Thea Hale?
Thea Hale is
like the awkward friend that's trying to dance sexy in every 90s movie.
You know the clueless gif of like her throwing her hair and falling off the bed? That's what Thea Hale is like the
just
cool
a lot of this, a lot of shoulder action, a lot of shoulder movement.
I am a Shakira.
What are the chances Tyler Breeze will get signed by TNA? I'd be all here for it. We get the Fashion Police 100% in TNA. I'm fully down with that.
Tyler Breeze is a weird thing because I think he might still be on WWE payroll in some breath.
He's an agent / he does all of like the up, down stuff with Xavier. So
yeah, I don't know. I've never read anything that it's injury related or anything like that. I just surprised because I thought Tyler Bate had a lot of upside. And I mean, we will obviously talk about the work he did with Dango, but Breeze, I think TNA has become that place of come here, we'll make something out of you. We'll help you. We'll give you enough TV time to figure some shit out.
Well, and that begs the question: could the biggest signing be Mustafa Ali instead of Ziggler?
Mustafa would be interesting.
He could really everything that he's talked about of what he wanted to do in WWE, but that they wouldn't let him do. Mm-hmm. Impact, TNA, Scott D'Amore will let you do.
My thing is, I think Tony's going to throw more money at Ali and sell him on like what you just said. Everything you wanted to do, you're going to get to do. My fear is he's going to get the money, get the time to do it, and it's not going to amount to much.
Fair enough. Valid.
Well, we are on a pause for the cause. Commercial break number, I don't know, 3, 2.
We didn't have Curtis, so we haven't kept track. We don't have our statistician.
I'm gonna go see the little boy's room.
So, in other words, KJ was saying he's gonna go take a pause for the cause right now as we are in commercial break. Mansoor is the devil. No, I don't know. It was Mansoor or Mansour and who was Massey. I can't remember homie's new in-ring name, so respectfully, but they just showed up in like Deadlock Pro Wrestling. So they're very much, I could see them being in an Impact type of signing than anything. She dancing like Elaine and Seinfeld. Yes, 100%, which, by the way, we are creeping up on the date of Festivus, so 100%. If you are feeling in the spirit of giving, we do have the super chats, the super stickers, the memberships as well. And of course, like I always say, the best gift you can give somebody is give somebody the gift of wrestling here. Tavion, what's up, Nick? Good to Nick and KJ, sorry. Good to see y'all. Well, good to read y'all. We can't exactly see y'all, but we can read y'all. What's going on with Mansoor? Why is he the devil? No, he was saying about with the AW Devil storyline, which I still who could that be right now that would pay off that story. I thought that was gay. No, that's only on May 19th. But who could pay off the Devil storyline in AEW right now that would be valid enough, could justify enough, would not be a letdown if they were revealed as the Devil? Tyler Breeze is also a trainer. I do believe so. Yeah, I think he's he's got a flat back training school or something like that. I think that they're kind of use that for WWE, how they use, like, I'm assuming now because of Cody, like the Nightmare Academy and everything. Or even how Booker has reality wrestling, of they still kind of have, their little. So that's why KJ had to take a pause, because KJ's right now dropping down here in the helicopter here. Miss Kiana James coming out here. Because again, you've still never seen Kiana James and KJ out here at the same time. And she's out here with Izzi Dane, who I still have no idea where I'm supposed to know this woman from. And people want to say that Dom has piped in booze. This is 100% piped in right now, I feel. Because literally, you're getting maybe one, maybe two guys with the thumbs down here. But they're trying to play this like this is, getting Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton coming out here. And it's who cares and who cares more. Versus Thea Hale and Jayne, which to me, Jacy's the star out of this whole match. I know I said initially it was Marty Kit Jannetty with that, and I still think that was the case because Gigi hasn't recovered from going babyface. But Jacy 100% could have stayed kind of like, they didn't have to do the breakup, but even if she kind of just had an attitude as a babyface, and I think it would still work here because she's been surprisingly slept on, I feel. Izzi Dane looks like a character from Mortal Kombat. No, not quite. She's, well, maybe a little bit. Maybe it's just the super highlighter green gear here. She's not exactly looking like no Sonya Blade or anything. But so we've got Jacy Jayne and Thea Hale. So the Chase U cheerleaders versus Izzi Dane and Kiana James. So let me know who you're taking. I've got to go, I guess, with the Chase U cheerleaders here. I think Jacy's kind of really actually like the breakout here of this matchup. Kiana James team for the win. Kiana James. Really, everybody's going Kiana. Apparently, somehow, some way here. Another blonde wrestler. Really, Izzi Dane. Fans, what up? But, I mean, there's only so many hair colors you can have. I mean, respectfully, unless you're going to show up here like Tegan Knox with, the Jeff Hardy hair color style. As one count there on Jacy. As I've got Jacy and Izzi right now. Roll through again. 1.5 count. 1.5 count. Kyle's taking Chase U. Cora Jade is supposed to be joining Thea and Jacy. Steve, where did you hear that from? Because to me, that makes all the way no sense. I'm not even exactly sure what they're going to do with Cora right now, outside of just she returned and it was somehow a thing. David, yes, that is what I was saying. Yeah, again, Trey, I agree. What did you mean by that? Well, now I've got Kiana and Jacy right now. Kiana in control. Boot to the head. 1, 2 count, 2 count, 2 count. Unbroken, I'm not sure exactly what you're trying to get with that comment, but I mean, you do you, boo-boo. What's the storyline that we're going here past this? I know Kiana James had to buy out Chase U, which did anyone else make the connection or kind of get that vibe that the Chase U storyline's fitting with the Michigan scandal? And now that's kind of just been gone by the wayside here, I feel. that now we've got to somehow make this work. Because Chase U, to me, started off really great. It got babyface, and then this whole, I gambled, I bankrupted the whole university angle has kind of really just made everything sideways here. Roll through. So again, Jayne has been pretty much predominantly in this match here when it comes to the Chase U side here. As I don't know if Thea Hale is trying to put a contact in or something there, but this is literally, unless we're just going to build up to, that's what we're going to do. We're going to build up to the giant hot tag of just fucking squirrel rage from Thea Hale is going to come out here. Right as we got the hot tag, and finally it's actually a hot tag into Thea Hale, who's actually fucking firing up pretty well here. What did Kyle say? I think we're getting a 4-way NXT Women's Championship match at New Year's Evil. I don't think so. The hair rolling through as she's doing the Ultimate Warrior Hulk up.
The Ultimate Warrior Hulk up. I love it.
Hey, little bit of column A, little column B.
There you go. There you go. Squirrel energy, alive and well.
Facts.
And to your point, while I took my break there was, I struggle with Chase U. Like, I really think this whole, Scripps is now going to buy the university, I think.
I forgot about that. I thought it was Kiana.
No.
It's out of the mud.
Oh, wait, Kiana tapped, but she wasn't legal. And there you go.
That's just
KJ always on top.
Yeah, but like, I asked this right after you took your pause of, have we figured out why we're supposed to know or where we're supposed to know Izzi Dame from?
Well, you know her now. No, she just kind of came out of left field. And at the end of the day, you have Kiana, who's probably one of the top heel females on the show. And now she has a strong, big tag team partner. It's interesting.
I'm more up here for Ariana Grace there, Santino's daughter there with the Miss NXT sash and everything.
That's her gimmick. It is working. Who is eyebrows in the back? And who is the blonde in the front? Who are all these people?
Who are you people? I'm Patrick staring at my house right now with all the eyeballs in there. Who are you people?
Get out of my swamp.
Right? But yeah, no. She's tall as shit compared to fucking Roxanne, but yeah, I guess being a lovely Italian American, 100%, I've seen many a female that remind me of this woman.
Mm-hmm. I will point out, Italian Canadian. All these women going to be bald if they keep using the toxic chemicals. Unbroken looking out for the ladies. I saw the comment about another blonde, but I think the wrestling has revolted so far against blondes. We're running out of colors, like you said, of like, what? We need some blondes.
Well, there needs to be somebody. There's only like 3 or 4 options you can choose from outside of just rainbow.
Right.
Well, and most of the time when we get like a super dyed hair chick and everything, like Eva Marie, there end up being Hoffel. So why do we want to go that route?
Oh, that's funny. What's next for Roxy? I think she's got to be close to going at this point now because she's kind of worked through some major rivalries.
Rumble.
I agree.
Royal Rumble.
Let's go. You wearing a Chase U sweater? What degree did you get?
No, I'm wearing a gangster rapper Santa Claus sweater right now, sticking with our theme and everything like that. You can see the lovely over there, minion Santa Claus is there rapping presence here. But yeah,
right. He's definitely got a degree in thugonomics.
No, I'm like the Krampus to the other big Nick here that shows up because he's like the Mordecai with the white hair and he's nice and everything.
Right. You ever read Ultimate Warrior comic? It's nuts. I haven't much. I know of it. I've seen pieces of it, and he's nuts. or was
I
there?
haven't read it. I've watched OSW Review actually did a breakdown of Warriors comic, and that's how I know about it and know the material. It's insane.
Right. 2-1. What NXT talents do you see in the Royal Rumble, both male and female? I think we've kind of touched on this. I think there's some big names possible. I think Braun Breaker has to be in there. Will Ilya kind of slide in? I think we already saw Carmelo teasing with the main roster. I don't know. What do you think?
I would say my two for the men's are Carmelo and Braun. Maybe you get a third outlier, like maybe you even get somebody that you're not expecting, like a Von Wagner or something like that. Women's, I think you get Tiffany, you get Roxanne, you maybe get a Cora. Do we want to count her as NXT because she's Performance Center? I say Jade is in there.
I got Jade to win the Rumble, so I don't know if I can NXT talent. As it stands right now, I'm taking Jade to win the Rumble.
Fair enough. But I think we're going to see a significant amount more from the women's side for NXT than on the men's.
I agree. What do you think of Eddie Thorpe versus Dijak in an underground match next week on NXT, the last NXT of 2023? KJ and Nick, I'm all for it. Let's go.
If Shane McMahon is not officiating it, then it does not count as NXT or Raw underground match.
I want Omos at the door as well.
Right, yeah. We need Omos to run security.
Keyshawn, I picked Braun and Tiffany. There you go. Good picks. Izzy has something special, Eric says. Yeah, just a bit of an unknown, but she got a great size. Definitely playing the power game. I mean, we ended the match with a big boot. And, here we're Chase you gambling. Speaking of, here we go.
When the fuck did Andre Chase become, fucking Woody Harrelson in White Men Can't Jump? Seriously, when the fuck did we get here? No, what the fuck?
Man,
we broke into a dice game going on right now.
We broke into a fucking after-school special about not smoking. Like, that's what this feels like. Oh, no, what are you doing?
Right. No, Andre, put those vitamins down.
Yeah. Drugs are bad.
Yeah.
Braun Breaker in the Rumble, I agree.
So, wait, what?
Oh, setting up a tag title match. Almost forgot they were tag champions, not going to lie.
I did until literally just then. So thank you for falling on that fucking grenade for me. So now we've got the fucking Carmella here on the family here, or the what was Michael's fucking good lady's name? Yeah, so whatever you say, boss.
Wait, it's
well, no, because they're not even the tag champs.
It's Tony. Yeah,
right.
There you go. So we forgot completely. Oops.
As much as I was just saying of how great the continuity and everything is here, as much as still it gets just convoluted and has blemishes here.
And again, the whole skit is very they're not actors, and we can tell.
Yeah. And no one's a director, and we can tell.
Oh, this group has a hand sign now. And the
how can you be the 4-quarter crew and hold up 5 fingers? 4 quarters is this, not this.
Dragon Lee set to defend his title.
Oh. Do we even know which member Dragon Lee's facing?
Gulak?
It's the catering crew.
The catering crew.
Got Dragon Lee for the win.
That makes sense.
This promo was not on my NXT bingo card.
And again, it's not even like a promo. It's these bad pre-tapes. And we saw it with Bar Rescue of none of these young athletes are actors. And so it comes off very after school special.
Well, it's a situation that isn't believable.
And that's even worse. Yeah.
Right. It's like, there's no fucking way this is happening.
Oh, here comes Gallus. But Dempsey's the one stepping up for the catering crew. And here's somebody
also Coffey said, I didn't hear a bell.
Right.
Right. So we've got Shrek ×3 coming out right now.
Yeah. I want to see these three gentlemen move up to the main roster in some way, shape, or form.
100%. You almost forget that they're on NXT. Like, they need to be in that Brawling Brutes kind of spot. Like, or even them on Monday Night Raw for the IC belt, and you get them, you get the rest of Gallus going after the tag titles. 100%. Oh, so we're going to get
triple threat.
Guys on three-way dance.
Coffey, Dempsey, and Dragon Lee, as Nick is about to take a pause with the call.
Right. And well, I'm almost going to want you to kick me so I don't hit it.
Working together. Nick is a little gun shy after last night's mishap, but BCC Light. I like it, money. Hilarious, actually. Joe Coffey, yes. Man, Gallus is wicked. And Joe should never lose a match in this company in NXT. I think at times he plays down. I think he's got a more veteran vibe to him, as does Gallus. And I think they're a little bit underutilized in NXT. But it's like, what do you do with them other than have them stomp everybody? Dragon Lee for the win. Yeah, I still think Dragon Lee's going to take this one. Whatever happened to that Cole Carter kid in AEW? He had potential. We had that big reveal. Remember, it was one of the worst reveals in AEW history, where he pulls off the hood and everyone's like, "Who?" I don't know where he is right now, to be 100% honest with you. Ring of Honor, maybe? I don't know. Anybody? Somebody? Jacy Jayne called. Called who? I still got Dragon Lee. I'm still with you, Trey. As Gallus boys are causing trouble, but they get the chuck. Santos, steal your tie. Oh. Big suplex by Dragon Lee. I wish the MSG. Yeah, I think we all do. I mean, you always kind of want to see the bigger shows televised if you can. We've seen them in the past use what happens at the MSG shows, part of storylines. We saw it with Brock and Roman. So I'm sure some things are going to come out about it. But yeah, it would have been nice. It was televised, but do keep in mind, and I saw some people online of like, oh, I can't believe Punk is going to be used on a house show. But it's a very common practice for WWE to put their wrestlers in house shows, in dark matches, to get them ready. So when the cameras go on, they know what they're doing and they're comfortable. So it doesn't surprise me. And again, MSG shows are always treated special. Imagine Gallus with Drew. Yeah, perfect, Kyle. Right? You have the Scots, you have the Highlanders, you have, the William Wallaces, you have whatever you want to call them, the Bravehearts. Perfect. I'm in. My Scottish blood says that sounds wicked. So yeah, no, I'm all for bringing Gallus up, making them relevant. Joe and Gallus are great heels. They work well. Again, Joe looks mature. He's a vet. So him joining the main roster doesn't look like a kid getting promoted. He looks like he belongs. He looks like he fits. It looks like it makes sense, in my humble opinion. But yeah, it could definitely work. It could definitely work. Dun, dun, dun. Jacy Jayne could be in the Rumble with it being in her hometown. Good shout. Maybe. I could see them maybe doing something like that. But Yeah, I think if you ignore the hometown thing, she might not make the cut, but that could give her, you know what, Jacy's had a good year, done really well. She came out of the breakup of Toxic Attraction better than anybody. Obviously, Mandy's not here anymore. Gigi faltered and kind of lost her way, and Jayne has found a groove here. She's got a real good heel vibe. I think it works well. So yeah, I'm all for, give her some love. Someone will, yeah, absolutely. And if nothing else, you get clips and you get the highlights. Check out our shorts. We try and get some up there, some fan videos and such. So make sure you check all that out. And if you guys haven't done it yet, our fan vote is up. We're putting together the award show, the annual for Lifeys, and we will be here next Thursday, I believe. And we're going to go through all the awards, some fan vote, some not fan vote from a couple places. But yeah, tune into that. Don't miss that. Remember, we're back tomorrow for AEW Dynamite. Thursday is Impact. I almost forgot. I wanted to call it TNA. Friday, we got our doubleheader. Saturday, we will be here as well for Collision. And then Sunday, it's Christmas Day. So we're probably going to be chilling. I'm going to be sitting back, me and Nick, in a playoff fantasy football battle. And I have a receipt with Nick's name on it. So I got to get back at it. And so that's going to be a grudge match as Smile Mark takes on our buddy Steve in the other semifinal. So yeah, it's going to be a crazy week here. Plus, we got some year-end review stuff and other things that we want to get into. And then when we turn the calendar, folks, we're heading into WrestleMania season. And when you want wrestling coverage, you want wrestling opinion, nobody covers more live wrestling than us. We are going to be live a lot in the new year. So strap in, strap on. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. As I'm back, and here we go. We got the Superplex Powerbomb spot. Dragon Lee getting the worst of it. Dempsey down. Dragon Lee for the win. Just got back from Christmas shopping. Sorry I was late. Never be sorry, Curtis. It's all good. It's all good. Hope you got me something nice, my friend. That's C Money. That explains why I thought he fell off the face of the earth. What did C Money say? Dun, 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 dun. Where's C Money? I have no idea. Oh, Ring of Honor. There you go. There you go. So, yeah, essentially falling off the face of the earth. That gotcha. Nope. Angel and Umberto are officially his new friends. There is a potential there. We have talked a lot about that happening. That Umberto and Angel are going to move up and be involved in some of the angles. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't expect them to be down here long, and it doesn't look like they will be. Dragon Lee with the slingshot drop kick back into the ring. Both men down in the corners. The No Corner Catch crew? That name sucks. The No Quarter Catch. Yeah, no, it's stupid. Is that like their spin-off of the BCC? It doesn't work. I was thinking about going to the holiday show at MSG till I heard Punk is going. Keyshawn, that is a terrible reason to miss out a show. Dude, an MSG show, and you're going to get that Punk pop? You're missing out, my guy. What will Roxanne Perez might do in NXT? Roxanne's been there for a hot minute, had a title. I think she might be coming to her end, the end of her time in NXT, perhaps, because I'm not sure where you go with her at this point. She's come through some major rivalries. She's like little scrappy too, gets in fights with everybody backstage, but nothing really. I mean, we had the street fight with Blair. We had the cage match. I almost think she's ready. I think she should go. I know they've been patient with a lot of the talent. And again, if you look at the main roster right now in WWE, it's filling up. So you don't want to pull a Vince and start bringing people up with nothing to do. Dun, dun, dun. WWE should hire an acting coach, just not Fidel Castro's son. My guy, I'm broken. I dig it. They do need, if they're going to do skits like that, they got to get better at it. You're better off having, shorter cut segments, almost like an interview session to explain what they want to convey. The campy after school Degrassi High fucking skits are brutal. Feels like Saved by the Bell, and I love Saved by the Bell, but this one is not funny. Didn't we know that already? Probably. Trey Lucas, they made it official on Friday. Interesting. I'm feeding the chickens on Xmas. It's fun. I feel like that's a euphemism in some way, shape, or form. And then we got a "This is awesome" chant from the Full Sail crowd. How you guys feeling about this match right now? It's rolling along. All three men exchanging blows into a tornado DDT. Dragon Lee taking down our buddy Dempsey, little William Regal, which I think someone brought up in the chat already tonight about, I guess, potential getting ready for the return of William Regal to TV, as his obligation to AEW is about to expire. Dempsey gets bumped out. Coffey for the win. Nose. This is awesome. Is that a dad world order? I don't know. Are our boys... That'd be hilarious. Could be. I don't know if any of them are down in Florida. But you never know. Rudolph is here. Happy holidays to Santa. There you go. What up, Rudolph, and your shiny nose? KJ, how do you see them actually revealing who the devil is, hopefully at World End? I think it's what you would expect. Is if it's what I think it is, Kyle, it's going to be MJF's in a fight with Samoa Joe, and the devil's going to have an impact on how it plays out. Here's the problem now, too. If the devil's target has been MJF the whole time, if you reveal the devil at World's End and MJF leaves AEW, then what? What was it all for? Did you miss the boat? Is the reveal not going to matter anymore? It all depends. I mean, if Joe, I think there's a good chance that Joe beats MJF for that title at World's End, especially under the circumstances. But and if MJF loses on the 30th, imagine the speculation going into Jan 1. So I don't know. I really don't know how they're going to do it. I imagine, like I said, it's going to play into the main event of World's End. Was there somebody under the apron? Okay, there's definitely someone under the apron. Who's under the apron? Like Mick Foley. Was that Jacy? Joe! It's Joe Jacy. Nail meat coffin. I think you're referring to MJF and oh, well, again, it's twofold, right? You lose your biggest star, but you also had such a big, a big storyline playing in for the last couple months, and then you wait. But I still can't imagine it, guys. Like, I know I said it when Cody Rhodes left. I said, no, I can't see it happening. I won't believe it until I hear the music, and then I heard the music. Punk, I was pretty adamant that he was going to do what he did. But to me, MJF's this guy that until I see the Burberry on a Monday Night Raw screen, I'm struggling to believe that this is going to happen. It's Selena Del Sol and the win as Dragon Lee still your North American champion, folks. But yeah, I think that the devil is going to have an impact on the main event of World's End. If MJF stays, it's got to be Adam Cole, and it's got to head towards that. As Joe Jacy out the other side and running, Joe Jacy has lost his goddamn mind. And Dragon Lee getting jumped by the catering crew. And whoa, in the house. It's Wild and Cruz. Is Jacy a baby? Yeah, kind of. He's becoming babyface-ish because I think people are laughing at like his antics, his ridiculousness. Right? Like everyone's getting a chuckle out of this man just running amok. And so for now, it's very babyfacious for sure. 3-1. TK is going to announce who the devil is on Rampage. It's going to be amazing. You cannot reveal the devil at anywhere but a pay-per-view. And again, maybe that's the whole thing is maybe it is MJF. MJF was the devil all along. I'm not leaving AEW. I'm not going anywhere. Ha, 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 ha. Maybe. I don't know if the payoff works for me, though. Huh. Dun, dun, dun. 3-1. MJF not going anywhere. Doubt it. Yeah, I'm with you on Broken. I find it so hard to believe. But I mean, in a year where a lot of unbelievable shit has happened, if he's telling the truth that he is legitimately unsigned as of January 1, all bets are off. We saw it with Jade. Tony gave her an offer. She said, "Can you give me a higher offer?" He said, "Yeah, sure. I'll give you all the money you want." And in the meantime, WWE swooped in, gave her the recruitment tour, and by the end of the tour, she was signed, sealed, delivered WWE. Very much so. And again, the ties to Cody Rhodes, the ties to wanting that spotlight. MJF wants to be a star. And if he's peaked in AEW, what do you do with him? Where does he go? But it remains to be seen. I can't imagine it. Tony letting that happen, I can't imagine it, guys. Wouldn't put it past MJF to be working the sheets, 100%. Speaking of working the sheets.
Pause on that. But you brought up two really great points there of with them being the kind of Degrassi, with the NXT thing of them doing the Degrassi backstage segments. They're just getting ready for when they're on, CW with I Don't Want to Wait from all that. They're getting that audience ready for there. And yeah, I won't believe MJF is showing up in WWE until I hear the dun da 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 da.
Right? I can't. And again, you and I have talked about this a million times of letting MJF hit a negotiation period is going to cost Tony money at minimum.
Right. Well, it's again, we've talked about this before. We talked about it even with like the Kenny situation now, even with Charlotte being injured, which is interesting that just after she gets injured, this story comes out that she signed like the biggest extension of all time. But you do still have to look at it like it's your favorite NFL team, your favorite NHL team, anything like that. Of do you want to let your top guy, the guy that you're building your franchise on, hit the free agent market, or would you rather sign him already in-house? We don't talk about it till, say, the end of the season. Maybe you get a hometown discount. Maybe you get an early access discount or whatever. Or even if you have to overpay a little bit, you're willing to overpay versus having to really overpay.
Well, that's where I feel like it's very similar to the Osprey situation of, listen, we have negotiating rights with this guy right now, or we have access to him thanks to New Japan. Right. We need to lock him down before other people start, breaking out the look what we can do for you. And again, it's a risky endeavor right now. And we saw it in the previous, incarnations of wrestling companies battling it out of who's going to go where. And I love it. I love it, but I can't see it.
Everybody loves the free agent season when it comes to sports, the draft season, everything like that, 100%. But I almost feel like that was a unintentional but intentional slip there of what you're saying. And Deborah, I was like, I see what you did there.
You get me.
Yeah, I get you. We spend that much time together.
Right. Rangers 3, Leafs 3, and wait, what? 1 sec.
Man, now you got this man all thrown off here.
Yeah, I thought it was 2-2.
By the way, I'm just loving every meme that's coming out about the Buffalo Bills. Of now they're the Undertaker showed up behind AJ Styles. I saw somebody today say they were Seymour Skinner when he's chasing down Bart, and he literally like walks through the river without the bridge.
Right,
like, I am inevitable.
I think we get Swerve as AEW champion in 2024, 100%.
Please.
I'd be shocked if this doesn't come to fruition.
Now, bigger question, does he beat MJF to become champion?
I think Samoa Joe's going to.
Really?
Yes. He's going to. I think Samoa Joe's going to beat MJF due to the devil. And whether or not he stays in this company will definitely dictate where it goes.
Does that not lead to more credibility, which would be a genius play on either way of, well, he's not champion, so he could.
He dropped the belt 2 nights before he becomes a free agent. Yeah, that's all.
Hey, then again, we also thought CM Punk could show up with the, the red Christmas, the red Santa Claus sack there. Pause. Oh, she said it. She said it. Feels good to be home. Oh, where's Phil? Where's Phil?
Yeah. And Gigi, just one of the girls in the background. Oh,
yeah, just there.
One of the ladies that's getting a lot of love is a fellow Canadian, Carmen, who gets bumped.
Yeah, the Petrovich there.
Hello.
Your Kill Bill.
Kill Bill. As one of your friends, Luca
Crusifino here. Luca Crusifino.
See? Crusifino. I said Crusifino.
I watched it up the first time.
Do you think both Trick and Carmelo turn on what? Richard, take a moment, take a breath, take a knee.
Breathe.
I'm broken. We'll still find out. Kyle, that's a possibility. Got that one. TK gonna give MJF the Otani contract. Yeah, buddy. If he hasn't already, it would blow my mind.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But yeah, so we're getting Tavion Heights versus Luca Crusifino. I keep wanting to add an A in there for some reason, but Crusifino.
Crusifino, the lawyer.
And a good paisan, the Tony DeVito of NXT, some might say.
Tavion Heights, all right.
He's like if Austin Creed like hulked up.
He looks like he's
the Hulk to Austin Creed's Bruce Banner.
He reminds me of fucking Damian Kemp.
No, he kind of reminds me a little bit of No Way, Jose. Jose, no way.
Oh, y'all remember Jose? Poor Jose.
Right.
Got himself in some trouble. Heard Okada is in the process of hiring agent Barry Bloom. Barry Bloom got his hands in everything. Who represents Ospreay, Jericho, Nash, Hall, Bucks, etc.
It's so funny, like, and we were joking about it of how this has become, the Otani situation. This become NHL, NFL free agency when it comes to pro wrestling now. Of we're getting down to the nitty gritty of they've signed such and such agent. Like Terry Rosenhaus is a known NFL agent.
Yep. And I mean, it's funny because Barry Bloom is a known NHL agent as well. Like,
oh, really?
He's got his hands in several sports. And an infamous ball buster. He's a bloom buster.
Well, that sounds like a term fitting more with Tony DeVito's agent there that looked like he was an extra in The Sopranos.
Oh.
1, 2 count. Crusifino looks like he's going to be like the lawyer for the family here or something.
He should be
like their legal aid.
He's been running it. I mean, he's got a little more TV time than some of the other breakout participants. And I think he should be. I think he's working well.
Right. Well, and so whoever wins this is going to have to go against Oba Femi, which to me, again, I feel
Oba's got to be a
granted,
favorite.
we've got Lexis King in here, but I feel like the right side of the bracket here is kind of more the finale. It's much like the Continental Classic to where Mox and Swerve feel like the final.
Yeah.
Damon taking Tavion Heights for the win.
Makes sense.
Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. Yes.
Let's go.
Tony Soprano sends his regards.
They're speed holes.
What the fuck?
That's my mob reference for the night. Shout out Homer Simpson. They're just speed holes.
I don't even get that one. So you're playing insider baseball.
I got Tavion. I like it. That's funny.
Well, no. Well, Vance was letting you know that he was talking about the wrong game here.
Yes, it is 2-2 in Toronto or wherever they are.
There you go. But everybody's taking heights, you know.
I'll take Lucifino.
Yeah, everybody's got to go with the good paisan here. Otherwise, you ain't getting no pizza on Christmas or none of that.
Some high impact slams in this match so far.
Well, this very much feels like a match you would see on NXT of guys that are developing, that are working. Like, this is almost harkens back to OVW a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Otani signed due to a recruiting video Kobe made 6 years ago. Mamba's still making moves. That might be true, but I think he signed because of the dollar bills.
Right. Do something strange for a little piece of change. But if that's what the case is, it's so funny that will become like just the part of the lore of Otani.
Right.
What the
wow.
Why? Maybe I'm not playing the New Orleans Saints role here of just smacking around a good paisan here.
There you go. There you go. These two Utes put on a good match. Two Utes put on a good match. Is Oklahoma just destroyed? Like the place or the team?
Or do you mean who was it? Ed Ferrara that played was doing his Jim Ross impression as Oklahoma. That should be destroyed. So I will say that.
There you go. So Oba against Tavion, Lexis King versus Riley Osborne in the next round.
Finals are Lexis versus Obi.
Yeah.
Or Oba.
Oba,
100%. But that, I guess that's why you had to have Knight win here. I wouldn't have done that, but you can have that.
Right. Can we get Kingston and Moxley in the tournament? What tournament? They're in a tournament right now. Well,
they're gonna just show up in NXT.
Yeah, breakout tournament.
They thought they were breaking out of prison. That's what they thought it fucking meant. As we're getting a video
across the ocean.
Well, I was about to say, this is if you were gonna do and still have going NXT Europe. This 100% or NXT UK, sorry. This would be one of your top matches because we're getting B Priestley taking on Lyra Valkyria. I was running through the gambit of women here. Pause. I wanted to say Bird Lady.
Yeah, I mean, dude, this has got very like, fucking Game of Thrones vibes, like
dun 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 dun.
Yeah, like they're like, and then she went from fucking New Zealand to UK to Japan.
So wait, where's Real? Where's Hodor? Where's Hodor? Where's Real?
Right.
Earning the respect of the men in the process. Why does this woman sound like she's a UK like weather broadcaster?
She is. But Lyra
no, the one who's doing the narration.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Again, she out here doing the Rikishi. I did it for the rock. I did it for the bird.
Right. As Wendy at Deadline. Yeah.
This is like a straight to DVD Harry Potter fucking trailer shit.
Right? But they're building it. I give them that.
Yeah, building it or flattening it? That's the question.
I don't think they're flattening it.
Well, it's hard to flatten a flat surface already, so.
Right. I'm looking forward to this match. New Year's Evil. Nice. Let's go.
From the ocean.
Is there any matches tomorrow night? Are you looking forward to, KJ, Nick? Well, we're going to wrap up the Continental Classic. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to hearing what MJF and Samoa Joe have to say, Nick. We will see for sure. I don't care about Soraya and Riho.
Well, I see a Takeda here right now, as she's still wearing her genie outfit from last week.
How do you have a serious conversation with a human when their boobs are just out?
Just
like,
I mean, I don't know. I'm not
denying it. Just like, what am I supposed to do here? Like, you just forgot that part of your
equivalent of when you're in a gym locker room and some people just kind of got the towel thing going on and everything. Like, I'm not a female, so I can't speak on it. But like, is it that equivalent of like, I got to just keep my eyes locked on a certain place?
Like, girls, like
Takeda right now out here coming out for a match.
I'm never going to complain about this situation.
How many Coca-Cola polar bears did she fucking skin for that jacket?
As she takes on Tatum Paxley. Just done watching Leave the World Behind on Netflix, and I am scared. Bro, I haven't seen it
yet. Heard about it, haven't seen it. Yeah.
Orlando, Florida is here. Congratulations, C Money. There you go. Abaddon.
Words, things.
4-1.
It's like reverse, like Family Feud. Name me a wrestler on AEW that should get pushed more. Abaddon.
Abaddon. Yeah, who's now gonna kind of be in, like, she's gonna tag with Thunder Rosa. It's confusing.
Yeah. Should you, if you were gonna have Thunder Rosa come back, would you have not waited until the start of 2024?
Maybe, and I would have brought her back in a different position. Like, I wouldn't have brought back a former world champion who essentially lost her belt due to injury. That, like, how is this the place you bring her in? Fucking around, like, no offense to Abaddon. Abaddon's been booked like nothing.
Unless you're working her in, the only way I would do it, like, if she could go, which I would hope she could go. Like you said right there, she should have a stake at the AEW Women's World Championship.
Yeah, like, should she have not shown up on Wednesday and like, hi, Tony, remember me? And at least
Thunder Rosa versus Tony Storm, we get an Old West, shootout, OK Corral shit versus old black and white Hollywood. Let's go.
Yeah. And at least then, even if Tony goes over Thunder Rosa, then Thunder Rosa can work her way back into the group. And Tony gets over the ex-champ to kind of solidify her current title run. I think that writes itself pretty well.
Right. And you could even have then Thunder goes after the TBS championship. Well, I could, granted, you'd have to kind of turn her heel of, well, I couldn't get that one. So fuck it. You were here out and I'm going after you with Statlander. Or no, that's actually, fucking, that's where we would get to where we are now.
Like, to me, it doesn't, like, I mean, you have right now with Julia and Sky Blue, whose turn was all mucked up, and then to the point where when she finally turned, nobody cared. Taking on Thunder Rosa and Abaddon, I don't know if this is a message to, like, are they trying to elevate certain women, or is this like, Thunder Rosa, you're down here now? Like, I don't get it. I really don't get the booking.
Fair enough. One, I would agree with you on that. I think now that we've really, like, talked through it, we're just like, this is even a lot worse than what we thought it was. Like, you could do so much more.
Yeah, like, you got to put someone in a prominent position for a reason.
Well, even when we were just talking right there of like, okay, we could do this really cool storyline and then still end up where we're starting right now. And I'm like, oh, that's really bad. If I can, like, and then if that doesn't go the way I want it to, then we can just do what we're doing now. That's bad.
And again, I think your job as a booker is to create stars. You got to take the talent and make them stars. So when you take a former world champion and she returns in kind of a nothing angle on your secondary show that not many people are watching, including a lot of the diehards, to me, it tells me that I don't need to care as much about Thunder Rosa as I used to.
Well, and is that an indictment on how AEW presents his women roster? Can anyone tell me someone that was presented towards the start of when AEW started off in their women's division, whether it be Britt Baker, whether it be Thunder Rosa, etc., that's still presented anywhere near that same light now? Meanwhile, you've got Becky Lynch, Charlotte. We were getting talks about a 4 horsewoman match at Mania happening.
Yeah. No, possibly. I mean, the metaphor is here, by the way, singing songs.
Well, from one floor to another floor.
See, money, your comment popped me. That's actually really funny, but I'm not going to read it out loud. I don't know why, but I'm just not going to. KJ, yes, I saw this today. I'm jazzed about this concept. They did so well with the NFL. They are now coming out with NHL titles.
Yeah, if they didn't cost like $500 or some ridiculous price like that, like 100%, that'll be our tag stream championships if we ever get to that point to where we could do that. Of you'll have your Toronto Maple Leafs, you know,
you have the Bills
championship, and I got the Buffalo Bills championship.
Oh man, how did two infamous underachievers team up together
and get world championships? Why?
As here comes Tatum Paxley.
Right. What is your ad for your hot topic that might be closing soon, probably in your local mall? That's also probably closing soon. Is Tatum Paxley coming out right now? As we're getting advertisement for my Buffalo Bills.
This Saturday, the Bills, the Chargers.
The holiday exclusive on the Peacock.
Yeah.
Let's go. Happy holidays to me. Happy Festivus for the rest of us.
Amen. I don't know how I feel about Nikita because she has like 8 gimmicks rolled into one. I think she's young and trying to figure it out. Like, I think it's one of those things of she's trying to do everything opposed to just doing.
Oh, no, you can't start a match like that and not just, holy shit.
I don't care.
Into a fucking split like nothing.
I no longer care about what I
Abacadabra.
Drop it like it's hot. Miss Lyons, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to pick Paxley.
No, ain't nobody lying about that shit anymore. Like, that's the spot you chose to start the match with.
You have my attention.
You piqued my interest, but now you have my attention.
A lot of people want TK to announce women's tag titles. Those people are called internet fans, and those people, to me, aren't paying attention to the company. Tag titles would be horrible.
Yeah, those people don't actually watch the show. They watch clips of the show, probably through Twitter or anything like that, and can't do math. Yep. Because there's already, granted, I know certain titles are getting combined into one because of the Continental Classic, but there's 14 championships theoretically between 2 brands.
Yep.
Because everything on AEW is on a separate brand, and then you have Ring of Honor. So that's 7 titles a brand if you broke that down evenly.
Tatum working the hand, but no, completely right. And I've said it a million times, man. Look at the WWE and their women's tag division. It's struggled with the depth that they have. The women's division has struggled, and now I believe it's on the right path, but it's been a grind. And there was a long time of just being irrelevant, Nick. And I think if Tony announces women tag titles, they'll be just as irrelevant. There's not enough depth.
Well, it's the same indictment, and this is when we're calling spades a spade. It's the same indictment we've said at times on WWE of if you don't have the depth to even really do a women's division, singles women's division properly, don't try and add tag teams into it.
Yeah, and then what happens? Like, do we get 2 5-minute matches or 2 4-minute matches each week? Or do we get like the women's singles one week, then the women's tag the next week? There's no build in the women's division. The women's division, the talent you do have is underutilized, under showcased. I think this is a terrible idea.
Fair enough, but going back to NXT, we've still got right now Nikita just Rocky Balboaing Tatum Paxley in the corner here. But I do at least like that they've given some bit of character to Tatum. I almost feel like Tatum's come out better out of her breakup with Ivy than Gigi's come out of the whole situation with Jacy.
Yeah, because I think they kind of fumbled Gigi. Like, I think they tried to play the babyface routine, and it didn't work because she's kind of got a natural heel vibe and a natural, biatch attitude to her.
You kind of like just liked her having an attitude, and then she was just like This is my rundown house where no one loves me.
God. That's what I want for Christmas.
All I want for Christmas is cake. This is again why I'm a Bills fan. We have that phrase "circle the wagons," and I'd like to be sitting under the wagons.
I don't know about adding the spin to it. Like my big concern with Nikita, she got to be durable, but man, drop it like
bro.
she's
like yeah, she's 100% a Mortal Kombat character because she like beats you with stripper moves. Like she's Stripperella as a pro wrestler. Like think about it, dude. She sits there and her pin is a twisting split onto a 1-2-3 pin.
Also gave her a bloody nose.
Oh,
Hank and Tank. Oh, great. It's metaphor, yawn. That one's for you.
yeah, I like him. So we're getting Gallus versus Hank and Tank coming up next.
Oh, Gallus.
So is that going to main event NXT? Like, what is left that's been advertised as we're into the last half hour here?
Yeah, I mean that's got to be.
You book your show backwards.
Maybe. I don't know.
When HBK's crossed that, he read the format, the wrong
way. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else of note on this. Oh, Ilya Ridge. Yeah, shit.
Oh, fuck.
That's not going to last long. 5-1.
That's going to be a talking point.
Yeah. Thank God. I mean, I think we've lacked some talking, but this
one.
Oh,
yeah.
This one feels a little mailed in tonight.
Well, it's the holiday season. Yeah. The holiday season.
Just tape it. We're going home. Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the reminder, Trey. Sometimes we forget stuff.
Right.
5-2, motherfucker.
What?
My Leafs are taking an L to the Rangers.
I guess New York over Toronto. I'll take it.
At least, revenge for last week's beating that the Leafs put on. So that's hockey.
And the way she goes, boys.
That's the way she goes. That's what I'm talking about with Nikita. She got all the skills in the world to be a fighter, but she does some sloppy ass drop. And again, I think when you're trying to do too much, you end up opening yourself up to more mistakes. Simplify. I think she just needs some refining. Remember, she hasn't actually spent a lot of time in NXT because of so much injury and time away. So she needs some refining.
Well, that is really valid of how much she's gotten a really big push and then she'll get injured. And then she's gotten a really big push and then she'll get injured.
Yeah.
I'm almost waiting. Could we see a time in NXT to where we're getting Nikita Lyons versus Jade Cargill?
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it plays well. Again, two women with great size as far as wrestling goes. Two bigger athletic women. The year of the Roar apparently is what we're getting in 2024 with Nikita and Jade. I mean, we're still awaiting Jade's re-release, relaunch party.
Tell me more. Does she look like a Roar?
Roar. Extra large cakes.
Facts.
Nick with the Russian Meyer reference.
I don't know. I guess I did it there.
Sloppy.
I should do less things, I guess. I should do less things. As evident by last night, I should do less things.
It's Otis and Tucker, a.k.a. Hank and Tank.
Yeah, it is. We're going streaking. Me and the wife have a big day. We're going to go to Home Depot.
Right.
Nikita Lyons.
What's that? You're my boy. This is the best shit ever. We still randomly yell that out at fucking get-togethers and shit. Nikita Lyons could get over with 5 moves of doom. So I don't know why they're giving her twisting, jumping things. Here's I admit, I see what you're saying, C-Money, because again, a lady, she's bigger in stature, and she's doing moves that could potentially blow her knees out. Ah,
where did you want me to go with that?
yeah.
And not get in trouble.
But you know what I mean? Like her finisher doesn't have to be a twisting fucking Lindy into a splits drop. I love watching it. Don't get me wrong.
Split-legged, cross-legged Lindy do. Yeah, but no.
Yeah, like
when you say blow her knees out, I'm like,
and realistically, I don't think that's a long idea.
So Fallon's not done with Tiffany Stratton as he doesn't see a hard worker.
Dude, undeniably though, there is not another wrestling show that showcases women like this one. And I know we're going to talk about the knockouts incomparable, but no, I mean NXT, as far as how prominent as they are right now, it's crazy.
It's almost a women's more led show than a male led show. And you don't even realize it because, well, think about it. The first night of Halloween Havoc was almost nothing but female matches.
Yeah, 100%. Time and time again.
Time and time again.
I really see a heel turn coming for Briggs here. Nost is in trouble.
I kind of wish that WWE was a little bit more with the backing for Iron Claw here because I feel like this would be fucking a perfect tie-in here with the fucking mullets and the country gimmick and everything. 100%.
Cake has layers. Yes, it does. Yep. Tonight the Leafs were put to bed. Gallus for the win. Yeah, I'll go Gallus. I don't want to see Gallus lose to these guys.
I'll take Hank and Tank then, just to be difficult.
I got Gallus winning, although I wonder what's the deal with Jacy. Yeah, I have no idea.
You nailed it, though. He's Mick Foley.
Yeah.
He's one of those of I'm supposed to be the heel, but I'm just causing such a fucking ruckus and everything that you're kind of getting behind me.
Yeah, I'm so insane that you're just like cheering me along because you're enjoying the chaos that that's being created.
Right. Well, I'm glad they could change backstage here, as you know, Joe Coffey could, grab somebody's soccer jersey here.
Columbus Jackets beat Buffalo Sabres 9-4 tonight. Just on a fun side note.
Did you happen to mention that just because it was Buffalo?
It just happened to be
one of those of you will feel my pain is subliminally here, sir.
Right.
Well, my Toronto lost, so Buffalo lost too.
It was just a funny coincidence. I saw somebody got 9. I was like, who scored 9 goals? Oh, the team that played Buffalo.
Yeah, just a quickie.
I want Nikita Lyons versus Electra Lopez. Yes, Davion, my man. Yes, book it. Make it happen.
I'm still Electra from the block. Don't be fooled by the rocks that I got. Got Gallas boys for the win. Mick saying, can I be a member YouTube channel here? Yes, you gotta do it on the YouTube thing on all of that, and you can make sure you become a member for however many months you choose to be.
Click the button, join the team.
Right. Tavion out here. Let's go, Rich. Gallus for the win. Everybody's agreeing with you. Jacy is like my drunk uncle on Christmas. So he's, Shooter was full.
Right.
Young lady.
There was back-to-back.
Right now, can Tank just kind of in control here a little bit.
Out the gate home.
Every time I look at him, though, respectfully, I just think of fucking Bill DeMott. Your name is Hugh Morris. What? Is that funny? What? Is that humorous?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't seen much of him in the ring, so this is a different look. Definitely got a lot more speed than I anticipated.
Like I said, he reminds me of Hugh Morris.
Back-to-back sports ones here, so I'll take this one. The goes to Harold Barra. I don't know if that curse is ever going to go away. We need the dub. It's like the old Cubs curse, right? Like, or
Wait, explain, because I don't know this.
So the old owner of the Toronto Maple Leafs was Harold Ballard, and essentially Harold only gave a fuck about making money, which they were packing the building as they always do. So he never really wanted. He was the guy that was quoted as, "We don't need Wayne Gretzky. The building's full anyway." So, yeah, and so when he left, it was like the curse of Harold Ballard hung over the Leafs for decades.
Fair enough. So, like you said there, with it's how like the Cubs had that curse of the the Billy Goat, and the Red Sox had
the Bambino.
Yeah, which thankfully the Yankees, my team, are on the other side of that curse.
Right. This one,
Josh Allen's 5 TDs away from the record. I still say he should be MVP. I know a lot of people are saying Christian McCaffrey. It comes down to me what your definition of an MVP is, of whether it's the best player or whether it's the player that means the most to their fucking team.
Yeah, that's a valid argument. I mean, I feel like Purdy gets overlooked, man. I feel like
you're gonna go Purdy. You're making the Dak Prescott argument here.
Yeah,
I'd like to take both those challengers and say my guy should be.
I mean, you can't argue. I mean, fucking every time he gives the ball to McCaffrey, it's ridiculous. So, but yeah, I think Purdy gets overlooked. Dax, I don't want to hear that shit. Dax is just no, sorry, I'm gonna miss out on this one. You're right though, Josh. I mean, fuck, you can't even take this man down. He's a quarterback.
That's my quarterback, 100%. I've sent in our fantasy football group chat of the TO meme of him crying. That's my quarterback.
Right.
That man puts his heart, skin, and soul.
Wait! You can't tag from. Sorry.
No, you're good.
Got it. I love that. Tank.
Oh, Inzaghi. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, so
Gallus picks up the win here after he pulls down Tank after the Enziguri on the Frank.
I don't mind that. So Tank makes the tag way off the rope, way out of the turnbuckle, and the ref catches it and reverses it.
Oh, we're getting down to the fucking tag rope now. That's where we're going.
If they're enforcing the rules, it's good. And Jacy, like,
that's so interesting because I'm noticing right now. Just literally, you wouldn't notice it, but he split through the shot here.
Right.
Yeah, I was at the Jaganeta.
I knew you were gonna do it right away. Eddie Thorpe.
Yeah, listen to me. You don't want to challenge me. I will break you.
Yes.
But no, to me, Josh Allen and McCaffrey are both close to breaking records. I think if you took Christian McCaffrey off the San Francisco 49ers, you still have a much better team than if you took Josh Allen off the Buffalo Bills. And that, to me, is the difference maker.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong in that sense. But he's such an impact player, man. Like, it's so hard to not
respect. You can have offensive player of the year. You can just fuck off with that MVP. And I know it still means so much more of it be the first, like, in a while of a non-quarterback to win MVP.
Yeah. I was going to say, it feels like a QB award most years. So,
well, yeah. And that's one of those that would be a big statement to running backs, especially because that was the controversy going into this year of the running backs being in undermined position. But really, have anyone besides Christian McCaffrey really solidified as a top running back, or has it been running back by committee? You don't have quarterback by committee. I mean, granted, you've had some backup quarterbacks that have balled out, but
yeah, I mean, Christian seems miles ahead of the pack. So, I mean, yeah, definitely offensive player of the year, arguably MVP. It'll be interesting.
Right. So we are getting Ilya versus Ridge coming up next.
Lamar
as your main event for NXT.
Yeah, so we'll see how this plays out. I know we're going to have some things to talk about here. But Lamar Jackson is the true definition of an MVP.
Been there. He had that. He this year is not his year for that.
Packers got a bright future. I think they do. They're so young on their offense, especially the receivers. They got some upside coming.
Yeah, it's a matter of staying healthy, and it's a matter of the defensive end, honestly.
6-1. MVP stands for most valuable player, which typically is for their team. Who was the most valuable to the success of the team? In my opinion, that goes to Allen. Boston, you're such a suck up.
Yeah. Well, no, he's normally going against me. So, and for a New England guy to admit, as a Patriots fan, to admit that fellow NFC East team should be the MVP. It's like Mike Greenberg, who's been on ESPN, and we've adopted him into the Bills Mafia, even though he's a Jets fan. That for a fellow NFC or AFC East fan to admit that a Buffalo quarterback should be MVP, that's even a bigger step for somebody like that.
Right. KJ, be thankful you don't have an owner like Art Marino. You can have that. Derek Carr sucks. Thank you, A-Town.
Well, is it amazing that possibly your best quarterback on the roster might be your second string tight end? How bad is your quarterback room? That's your second string tight end. Your gadget player might be your best quarterback on the roster.
Right. Oh, that's too funny. Where do you think Baltimore would be? They're not that far along with him. That's the problem.
Well, it's even like, okay, like there's a fucking one statement there of, yeah, cool. If the Chiefs didn't have Patrick Mahomes, they'd still be a pretty team. But that doesn't mean that they've fucking performed to that level there. Like Josh Allen has put that. The man, watch the Philadelphia game and tell me that man didn't put the fucking heart and soul of that team on his fucking shoulders. To where he's literally angry, aggressive running, gets stopped at like the 3-yard line and powers through for a fucking touchdown.
That was a good one. But yeah, I mean, LG's good. They have a good year. They're 10-2 right now.
They're top in the AFC. I will give that.
But I don't know why. I was a big Baltimore guy.
Defense. Like they've played the purest definition of team ball. No one has really stood out. It's been just a ton of team ball. If the offense falls through, the defense got you. If the defense falls through, the offense got you.
You guys watch a lot of rigged and scripted. It's the best kinds. The best kinds, my guy.
It's the only kinds in the U.S.
Right. Cook is third in the FC in rushing yards. Big D. Big dick.
You said it. I thought
it was just floating there. I had to do something.
Right. But no, we talked about this. And side note, as we're wrapping up a commercial break, God knows how many at this point here. But just on a fun note, with our fantasy football team of KJ was out here trying to give away James Cook before. And now I'm kicking myself. And now this man is about to beat me in the playoffs because we play each other in the first round.
The big showdown. I'm the underdog. But I think I got a clean run at it.
It's going to be a turbulent holiday season here at the Wrestling for Life between hosts here, because it's going to be Christmas and also just fuck you in fantasy.
Yeah, it's going to be a good one. I'm looking forward to the battle. I'm relying on the Niners, which they're going up against some stiff competition, as we were just talking about. So,
speaking of stiff competition, I have Tiffany Stratton on my screen right now. Cutting back into NXT here.
Jacy was in the background. Facts.
Bro, again, like your comment before, just them things are thanging unnecessarily. Like I can see your top pulled up. Your things are thanging.
like it just
it's distracting on the eyes.
It's not complaining. It's just a weird thing. Like, bumping into someone at the grocery store and they got their shirt up around their neck. You're like,
but it's one of those, like I said, I can see the rolls of like you rolled up your for this, like them things are still thanging. You can just cover up the things. I don't need an open window on your house every time. Sometime pull the fucking blinds down here.
Right. Let's James Cook. Yeah, I mean, I sold him to everybody and everybody turned him down. I got stuck with them. And then they changed offensive coordinators. I was like, thank fuck.
Right. Well, they are labeling it NXT Underground, and we've got it with the black and white graphic. So we might be black and white with a splash of gold. We'll go full Sin City here next week.
I feel like that's accurate.
Right. To where we've got Eddie Thorpe versus Dijak, and we've also got Riley Osborne versus Alexa King, and Obafemi versus good old Beat the Paisan. Oh, and Cora Jade versus Carmen Petrovich. So we're ending NXT on 2023 on a pretty much a high note.
Better be. The Ravens and the 49ers could be the favorite to win the Super Bowl this year. Look, the Niners I've been cheering for all year long for obvious reasons. Mm-hmm. And man, I know they went through that little slump, but injuries were a factor. They're lights out, man. I don't know what you do. So I'm looking forward to seeing how they do this weekend because they look unstoppable right now.
Now, I was going to make the conspiracy tie-in here of, well, if that's the case, then because I cut off our Raw stream, is that a hint at, how the power got cut out the last time the 49ers and the Ravens played each other in the Super Bowl? Of it just, I might be a sleeper cell. I might be, you never know. It could have just been a sign here.
As Ridge coming out, I'm not really sure how we got here. It's such an odd thing. Ridge comes out of nowhere. We already have like a predetermined storyline working, and Ridge just is like, I need to find myself. And look, he's just out of sorts.
Outside of what we allegedly know what is going to happen here, did they book NXT backwards to where your biggest, most compelling match started off the show, and the match that you even saw when they were doing the promo initially that the crowd was
but I would argue that your world champion taking on a member, a solid member of the main roster would be the biggest deal on the show, technically.
So then make it that. They have failed on that avenue.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I guess when they planned it out, they were hoping maybe it got over a little better. Ridge is an interesting cat, right? Like, we don't really know Ridge as outside of, being the henchman and the guy who hurt a couple of people.
We know more about Ilya, especially watching this show. We know more about Ilya than we know about Ridge.
Yeah, absolutely. Damien, they're facing each other on Christmas. It's facts. It's gonna be a big day. Big day. Nick gonna be cheering for Baltimore all day fucking long.
Caw, quoth the Raven. Never.
Yeah, the fucking bird lady over here.
Hey, but I got half my team playing on Thursday here, so I'm gonna set the line here. We aren't the bar, we set the bar.
Yeah, Friday night stream will be interesting to see how we're what the status is going into the weekend.
Right. We'll either be really happy to each other or just fuck you.
I got back-to-back coming behind victory, so I'm hopeful. I'm the underdog, folks. I'm not even supposed to be here.
Win streak, by the way. I noticed that.
What am I?
You're on a 5-game win streak.
Yeah,
I'm on a 2. You're on a 5.
Not bad for the Canadian.
Yeah.
Not bad. Tied in record. You beat me by points.
Yeah, fair enough. Boston, I didn't fully see your comment about Brady, but I feel like I still have to do the, deep down like this. Seth Rollins almost to CM Punk with every fiber of my being. I hate you.
Oh.
But God damn it, do I respect you?
I feel like Brady leaving the Patriots and the Patriots being in the basement. I feel like there's more at play than they didn't just lose Brady.
Don't worry. Belichick will go to the Buccaneers, and then Brady and Gronk will just unretire and so Adam and we just run that back for a couple of years here. The boys are back in town. They just retired to South Beach.
Right. Ravens could be the Super Bowl. Could be in the Super Bowl this year against Niners. So a couple of people feeling that way. Officially back here. All right, Mick, welcome back. Doors always open.
Right.
I'm the Bullet Club. Hi, Bullet Club. Bang, bang.
I am the something commander.
When you see this face, no.
Yeah, right. If you get that reference, you can be friends.
Uh-huh. As Ilya locking up, we got most people taking Ilya again.
I feel like this is the one thing we know about this show. I'm almost waiting for it though, because we got to talk about it.
Yeah, I'm curious. Because I don't know how we get where we got. I only saw the pictures of the
Yeah, we know the end result. We don't know how we got there.
Money. He looks like Johnny Depp after Amber pooped in his bed. I don't even know what that's referencing, but I had to read it. Easy. It depends on Tyreek. With the football chat just came alive.
I got a job. Well, I mean, we did the XFL streams for a little bit. We've been here for the Super Bowl before. I'm still waiting, honestly, for you to just be like, so we're doing an NHL stream. And it's going to be like the Maple Leafs versus Canadians. I'm still waiting for some shit like that.
Well, again,
and I'm just going to be fearful every time you take a pause of like,
right. I think on the Saturdays, there's a lot of crossover. We're already on, so I get to peek in at the Leafs, but I need my Leafs to move the needle a little around here.
When does the Leafs outweigh Collision in ratings? That's going to be the question.
Well, every week in Canada, anyway.
Well, is it amazing though that the bump for CM Punk now at this point has almost become the entire Collision audience?
Yeah, right. Like shit. And here in Canada, Collision and Rampage got bumped to like the sports app. Like it's no longer on your cable channels. Like originally you'd get it on like, on channel 400 or whatever. It's been bumped to the Plus service only. So even the Canadians are like, we'll play some women's hockey or curling. It's going to do better ratings. Sorry, guys.
There we go. But yeah, so for those who are wondering, I saw like a comment or two of like, well, I see Rampage and Collision are included. Well, that's because half of the fucking channel can't get them.
Yeah,
for a best weekly show.
Oh fuck! No, they're not included because they suck. Fuck that shit.
I thought it. He said it. Be mad at him, not me.
You can't have 17 nominees, and I mean, Collision started well, ended like shit.
And Rampage hasn't been good and had to settle at 5 for most awards here, folks.
Shit.
They can't all be winners.
Right. Oh, I noticed you didn't nominate fucking Omos for Wrestler of the Year. Yeah, no, we didn't.
Right, no. Yeah, he has to wrestle more than once a year to be nominated.
Yeah.
There might be some qualifications here.
I know some fans want to argue that, well, Collision's been the better show, but I think it was only the better show for a very small window. When you're looking at 12 months, it feels like 2 months of it was awesome.
Yeah, when you think AEW, you're not thinking Collision right now. You're not thinking Rampage yet. None of that. No.
Yeah,
you're barely thinking Ring of Honor.
Could you imagine you leave fucking Dynamite off the list?
Yeah, right. You shills, you hate AEW. You just want to see it on burn. Yeah.
Remember, only watch what you love. You'll get further.
Just don't hate watch, honestly. Just even if you're not a super fan, just watch it with an open mind. Just don't fucking hate watch. Like, don't go in with a preconceived notion.
Yeah. I see all the Amber Heard talk. I guess the question is, who's shit in the coats? Who's shit in the coats?
Whoever you open that jar of dirt, that jar of worms there, that jar of dirt there. That's a mega pint of your problem there, sir, with the Amber Heard talk.
It's so funny. Shit is bad. Somebody,
I won't lie that I might have stepped on a bee and it might be hilarious, but yeah.
As the Ridge Holland taking it to Elia right now.
Tells you how excited though we are for this main event, and we're talking about everything but it.
I feel like this show kind of gave us that vibe. Like our ADD kicked in a while ago.
Well, it's been a problem with even Dynamite, especially of you reverse book your show, of you start off with your biggest thing because you're hoping to capitalize out the gate and hoping that people will stick around. And by the time that you get to the end, you've burnt them out and they don't care anymore.
But their biggest thing is in the main event. What would you put in the main event instead?
It is Ilya, respectfully, especially against Ridge, feeling like your biggest thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, could you not get away with? I understand he's your world champion. Could you not get away with that in your first hour, your top of the hour, versus the blood feud between Tiffany Stratton and Fallon Henley? The only story so far tonight that's actually had any real.
You can't end the show on the nothing squash match, the roll up 3-minute match that was just to build another match later. That can't be the main event. That wouldn't do well.
Versus,
This
well,
is
this is nothing. What's the bill for this? He came out and was emotional.
But I didn't say anything about the build. I just said that match was a 3-minute. We're going to have another match later. So that in the main event spot would have been completely burnt.
So, fuck that. I'm trying to think of something else that's been tonight that could replace it, because nothing else has been a really great match either. Everything has been kind of placeholding, which, I mean, you get it. It's taped. It's holiday season. But, hey.
Huge DDT. But that's the thing, right? Like, to me, there was nothing else on the show that you would replace Ridge fighting the NXT champion. Like, this, again, might not have been delivered in the best of ways, and Ridge might not be the most.
Oh!
But this match is, I love it.
That man is out. The crowd's chanting one more time. Like, how do we go from, we know the screenshots that have been floated around. Let's be honest at that. So it's still interesting here. I think more of
an aftermatch,
almost a bit of a morbid curiosity of how do we go from there to here.
I'm wondering if it's like an after match attack, but pump kick. I mean, back and forth.
Like, so far, honestly, right now, this would not be a bad match. If respectfully, in ring, if this is how you wanted to end the show, I wouldn't hate it as much. I think it's more because I know what's been floated out there.
Oh,
that I'm like,
yeah,
a little bit of it's got that awkward taste in my mouth here. Pause. Yeah, pause.
Well, wait to the finish, my guy.
That's what she said.
Pause on all of it. That forearm Dragunov does it look, the H-bomb looks ridiculous, man. It literally looks
I really hope that's not it.
No.
I don't know, because that man's arm went stiff as shit.
Yeah, look.
Like, he's trying to put that down, and not as it's literally, it was a small package DDT as the rest even shaking him off. So that's the spot that we did this. And that's.
But did he get Frankenstein?
No, well, it wasn't anything like that. It was package DDT. That's why his arm's like that, because he had it hooked up and everything. I fucking really hate that we're staying this long on this. Like, and can I say personally, I hate that they're doing this with Ridge Holland, of all people. Like, if you're going to have it be any sort of thing, do it with somebody that maybe doesn't allegedly, at least in fans' minds, have a history or any sort of attachment or anything like that. Don't have this attached to somebody that's already received to where they had to shut down their social media because of the fucking backlash on shit.
Yeah, I don't think that should matter. I don't think that should play into this.
Like, but it does.
Again, it goes back, but it doesn't to the WWE. The WWE doesn't give a fuck about social media. They're not Tony Khan and
You're saying the WWE doesn't give a shit about social media when they brag about nothing but social media numbers for like.
No, they don't care about the Ridge is dangerous, Nia Jax is dangerous. They don't give a fuck about that shit. They care about their impressions. They don't give a fuck about the fans pitching and moaning. They're not Tony Khan
but you're setting a talent up to fail. You're setting or you're already setting a narrative for a talent.
But I don't know. Like, I'm trying to figure this out. It's such a weird spot overall.
It's a why would you do this is the biggest question to me, of like, what is there to come out of this?
But that's where, like, yeah, that's what I'm with you on. That is trying to figure out why this is happening.
And that's how I didn't like the Caesar spot from Danielson, how I didn't like the pass out spot from Roxanne and everything like that.
But yeah.
When you add in the real world shit into everything, when you're not it's not a real world thing, it gets a little risque.
That's what it's supposed to be. I know you and
I understand that, but it's still at the same time with all of those, the situation remains a why. There was nothing to me, in any of those situations, and especially even with this, that warranted this spot.
Yeah, I just don't understand where this would be going. Like, so I can't really argue because I don't know the details of this.
Man still hasn't stopped, like, with his hand being in the same spot, like the same, like, froze.
Mm-hmm. But I don't know where this leads to. And I mean, I can debate the other stuff by all means, but yeah, I just don't.
Yeah, you can like it, you can not like it, you can be offended by it, you can not be offended by it. To me, the bottom line, the bare knuckle situation here is why.
Like, and again, I guess it's come out that like this is see, some people are saying, is he legit injured?
This film, oh no, that's the beginning of the movie.
Yeah, like I know.
I was like, this film has been modified. Like they trimmed some shit down.
Yeah, like
no, that was the start of the movie I'm about to watch, but it's one of those of I'm very interested in why you needed to do that spot. Where do we come out on the back end of this is really the biggest issue, I think. Is this leg injury? No. And well, like you were saying there, of they had to because there was so much outpour with it. And I think, again, because there was so much with Ridge being involved in the spot. I know you have certain feelings on, well, it shouldn't matter. They don't care, everything like that. But there's enough people. The IWC is terrible at times, but there's enough people that Ridge already has that stigma attached. Why add to the stigma for a storyline?
Because they don't believe in the stigma. Like that's an external thought, and they don't. Externally, what people think. Oh, Ridge is.
So then, why do you fit what? So, but if they don't believe in it, so then why do you have to sit there and come out and acknowledge that this was a storyline spot? Like they've literally done everything and come out and sit there and say, like, he's fine. He's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, but I don't even think, like, I haven't officially seen anything from internally that said he's fine. Like, I'm really curious of what the angle, like, what would the purpose be, especially with Ilya already involved in a battle with, he has a fight with Trick coming up. Carmelo's in the mix. Ridge comes down and hurts him. Like, how does that tie in? Does Ilya, like, not make it to day one and Carmelo has to fight Trick for the belt? What happens? Like, I don't know what the meaning of this is yet.
You have a guy who is an outcast from the Brawling Brutes with Sheamus, who's been on the sidelines, shows up randomly, gets emotional on NXT, gets himself into a title shot, and now you've got your NXT World Champion carted off on a stretcher. Just cuz?
Yeah, like I don't know. I don't get it. I don't really have an argument because I don't get what we're doing. But this whole thing about the wrestling can't do shit because fans get upset, dude. We're watching a contact sport that
you're generalizing the shit out of that argument right there. I'm not saying anything like that. I'm saying you have to be deaf, dumb, and blind to not know that there, whether it's even through casual audience, whether it's through internet fans, anything like that, that there is some sort of vibe towards Ridge Holland. That at least that story, that predisposition exists out there. So why, of all people, do you choose to have this story attached to him?
The same reason why Nia
Jackson setting him up to fail.
No, you're not, because it's the same shit you're doing with Nia Jax and Becky right now. They're not hiding from it. They're pushing her back into it. Like, I'm going to swing and I'm going to break your face. They're not shying away from what
this isn't Ridge versus Big E.
Well, I mean, you're not going to run that back yet anyway, but
no, you just ran that. Fuck you mean you just ran that back to an extent.
But again, if that's what the angle is, if it's some storyline with Ridge, which I think my issue with this is more that I don't see it. Like, I don't know what they're going to do with it. Him, and again, what happened with Elton wasn't his fault. It was a back body drop. The guy over-rotated. You can't blame the guy that threw you out.
No one's talking about that, but it's to me one of those, if you're going to do something that's going to have this much backlash, and I know it wasn't probably expected to have that much backlash. What?
It's not that much backlash, bro. It's not a bit it's not like the world is ablaze with this story.
I'm not saying to that extent, but to have somebody that's already had to deal with this shit to where they had to sit down in their social media and everything like that because of the fucking response. We're going to turn around and, hey, just do it again. Just this time it's kayfabe.
But I don't even know. Like, there's nothing. Like, I'm trying to, like, as we're talking, I'm trying to see somebody that really confirms that, like, it's been claimed that it's part of a storyline, which I imagine. All right. So, he potentially suffered. I don't know. Again, it's just a weird the whole situation's weird. So
well, I think that's even why like neither one of us can fully come to an agreement on this side of it because we don't even know where the storyline is going to go. Like there's no, you don't know his shoot, you don't know his work, you don't know why you would do it, whether it was shoot or work. Like none of it makes sense.
Yeah, like I mean, again, if this was pure storyline, I will agree with you. Like, and I have a different feeling overall about certain things, but to me, this injury spot is a nothing spot. Like I don't get why they're doing why they would do it because what is the impact you're hoping to accomplish if you're building to a story? But then what's the story? Ilya got hurt by Ridge. Now he's gonna I guess we'll wait and see.
Or something. Is that where we're going here? Is this a way to write off like a holiday pass or something?
I don't know.
Terrible way to do that because
it's just weird.
You don't come back from an injury like that in like a weekend.
Yeah, like I mean, you just saw him get carted off, and
well, Keyshawn saying better to embrace it instead of avoid it.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, I don't think that the WWE is rinky dink like other wrestling companies that are like, oh my god, the fans are tweeting some stuff. Like when they re-signed Nia Jax and all the fans freaked out, like she's dangerous.
There was fucking time between that, though. There was time between that.
Regardless, but there's been tons of time with Ridge.
Right, there's one thing of I punched someone in the face versus I broke somebody's fucking neck.
Yeah, but it's an accident, dude. That's regardless. I mean, accidents happen in wrestling. The fact that Ridge threw a move that hurt somebody, I mean, that's no different than breaking someone's orbital bone. They're leaning into it. And they don't, they want the fans to be understanding, but they don't worry about the Twitter fucking noise that is.
Well, and I get, but again, we're talking in circles a little bit here, but more it's one of those of if this is just for storyline, then I don't like it.
I don't understand it. It's not that I don't like it. I just don't understand it.
Well, yeah, that's the overall point. Yeah. See money. That's how you blur the lines between shoot and kayfabe. Use real life to feed the story. See Punk versus Seth.
Yes.
Jack Nicholson there with the yes.
That's it for me.
It's different when it's talking versus injury.
No, it's injury. I want people injured. I remember back as a kid, Undertaker fucking
quote that.
You gotta make it real. You gotta make it matter. Like again, when Undertaker tombstones Hulk Hogan and Hulk Hogan gets the neck brace and there's people in the crowd crying and they believe that Hulk Hogan is dead. Hulkamania is over. That is wrestling. That is what we're supposed to do. Now someone like fake.
Yeah, but he was back in 2 weeks.
Why are they acting real?
But he was real. He was back in 2 weeks versus now we sit there and see. We know Charlotte takes a bump during a commercial break and is out 9 months, and we sit there and know she's got an ACL and an MCL fucking tear and everything else like that. We now know how the real injuries are and what the real fucking consequences behind them are versus Hogan sits there and he's out there in a neck brace and he's not, Roderick Strong out there just doing it for a gimmick. He's out there for all of 2 weeks on a neck brace.
At that time, nobody knew. They literally sold it. And there's been
that is not this time.
You had plenty of examples of
that was that time.
The Shawn Michaels storyline of him fainting. They ran that up the flagpole with Roxy. And then I think
I didn't like it then.
Yeah, but I think that's the stuff that's what makes wrestling real. That's what brings in the realism. Like this whole we want you to be violent, but not too violent because we might get upset that you're really hurt. But that's their job. You go to the movies and you watch the actual actors oh shit, they're really getting beat up. What are they going to do? Why would that not be any different with wrestling? What's wrong with LA?
Well, I was gonna say, on one hand, you have a bit of a case, but at the same time, I'm still one of those of like, don't give me the neck brace and the fucking stretcher and everything like that. If it's not, I hate to put it this way, but if it's not shoot, like you can still do somebody being banged up and everything like that, and
but
not
why is there a line
that
there?
level.
Why do you feel like there should be a line? I'm just curious. Like, why do you think like we can make you believe that we're kicking the shit out of them?
Because there's so many times that you know the real fucking consequences that come in that shit.
So what? That's part of they've always known that. When two people jump off a giant
but that they don't treat when it's a kayfabe consequence, they don't treat it anywhere near as serious as they do when it's a real consequence. That's the thing. Is like I said, the Hulk Hogan thing of if Io comes back in 2 weeks and has this
I don't even think Hogan came back in 2 weeks, but maybe.
Either way, when he comes back in 2 weeks after he's been fucking carted off in a stretcher and everything like that.
What?
Right, but then it makes so-and-so when they are actually sitting there getting carted off and something's actually seriously hurting everything. To me, it downplays the severity of the real thing.
But I don't see, fair enough. And I mean, we're going to wrap it. We will take some ratings out of 10 on this, but yeah, I don't understand why there's a definitive line of, we grew up in an era when ambulance matches were a thing. Austin going to the hospital. We know the risks. We used to get, don't try this at home warnings. Like that to me is where you make your money, is when people believe something just happened that didn't. That's the magic of wrestling. So I don't get why there's a line of like,
you do have a case, and I do agree with parts of it and everything. I think there's just this, I don't know if it's the neck brace or anything like that. Like it's one of those at times when you turn up that extra dial of like to where the man's not moving and shit like that. And I think it could be even now of like seeing the DeMar Hamlin situation and shit like that and everything. And I know that's an extreme case, but when you get to like that real, it's like, okay.
But that's what it had always been. So again, I feel like this is this fluffy generation of like, entertain me, but don't scare me. And I don't get that. I don't understand.
Hey, don't put me in.
Like it just
don't you do that. Don't you do that.
he hit the man with an item. The man got hurt. We had to like cart him off.
If Bear Hill can't compete in a tournament because he got hit with a chair, then what the fuck are we doing?
I don't know. But 7 feels high to me. 5 maybe low. I'll split the difference between you guys and go 6.
5.5.
You go 5.5. I'll go 6 full streams out of 10 cutoff streams.
Hey, no. I can do it. I can do it.
Right. I didn't see anything about the work that made me uncomfortable or upset. Just looked like a dude in a lot of pain landing on the wrong way. Yeah. Now, again, I will say this. I don't get it. I don't know what the angle is here. I don't know why this is happening. And if it is just a work, I don't get it. But I don't. Well, I don't get that. But if it is,
sorry, go ahead.
But if it was a well played stunt, like where we were building to something, I'm okay with it. Like that's.
But could that be a bit of what you were talking about there? Of we would see stuff like that with Austin or Mick Foley or anything like that. Mm-hmm. You knew where the storyline was going, or at least there was something that led up to that. There was a reason behind it. There was a predicated story behind this. This was all sperm of the moment tonight, and goes super awkward, super sideways really fast.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think it's kind of out of left field, and I didn't expect it. Now I guess we'll wait and see, and then we can kind of critique what their idea was. So I don't know. It was a weird situation altogether. If it wasn't a work, they're not showing that.
Yeah,
100%. Edit it out.
Well, that's why we, like you said, nothing had fully confirmed that it was a work, but we assumed enough. Like, if you're gonna stay with it that much, that's a work. That's storyline.
But I like the realism. The realism I think is supposed to be there. Matt Hardy versus Edge was great, based on true events. Why KJ keep doing that weird finger thing?
I'm gonna finger bang you into my life.
I don't know what finger thing I'm doing, but
I don't know. Or is it you doing like the thumbs up for waiting for the little bubble? Wait, what do you have to do for the? Oh, it's the piece for the balloons. I almost for half a second thought they were color themed to the fucking stream because they all kind of came up like gold and yellow and everything.
Right. Ilya gimmick is he's unbreakable. So you give him all these injury angles to overcome because he's brilliant at selling. Okay.
So is he Bruce Willis or Samuel Jackson from Unbreakable? Which one is he?
Right. Don't know them. Google him and Masawa and get ready for some of the best wrestling you ever saw in your life or see in your life. All right, folks, I think we're good. Last call on alcohol and all the other fun stuff.
As we hear a hardcore fucking bottle pop fucking open right there. But 100% no. Go and watch Mike Awesome versus Tanaka. Go if you like table spots. If you like the Dudley Boys, go and watch that. If you like power bombs and tables,
I think that's what fucks me up in this argument, bro. Is I watch death matches with you, and like we got people bleeding everywhere, like bleeding to death, like bleeding horribly, and we're like, "This is awesome."
I guess like,
but don't fake it.
I'm really expecting that kind of environment versus I'm not expecting to see man takes a DDT. And all of a sudden, he's stiffer than a tree. 1, 2, 3, getting carted off in a neck brace.
Yeah, you keep raising your index finger like I'm being yelled at by a nut. That's not my index finger.
That's the Canadianism coming out. I do this. Right. He does this.
Wrestling is the best when the lines are blurred. I'm with you, Keyshawn. Awesome. There you go. Macklin had no facts. We were here for that. Yeah. Fucking carpet that shit back down. You need to. Yeah.
Would you want to watch it? We agreed all the time, or would you want to watch when we argue sometimes?
No, I like it.
Exactly. So shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Like, shut up, all of you. We're going home. I should let Nick in the stream tonight.
No,
ladies and gentlemen, all the buttons below. Thank you for being here tonight. Thank you for joining us. Don't forget Dynamite tomorrow, and we're heading towards Christmas season. Whole bunch of fun stuff. Click that little bell so you know when we pop up. That's about it.
Yeah, even if we have to pop up by accident.
It happens.
But are you not entertained? Our shit is real. Our shit is raw. Our shit is authentic. When you talk about the wrestling, you better put that for life with it.
See you on the flip side, folks. Have a good night. Thank you so much. Bye.